welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those who need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is at SkimPod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K.
Crunchy.
Hey, feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
We're available by Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, anywhere fine podcasts are available. And of course, at the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible, including on YouTube, where we can now be found at
Stays
Stays Crunchy, and over on Twitch, where we're still Stays Crunchy and Milk. Our personal Twitters are
Tatum216.
Lunchbox2099.
The Real ODP.
and I'm your host, the Internet's Tayrel713.
Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
My busted baby is what I call you. She got me speeding in the fast lane, pedal to the floor, man, trying to get back to her love. Best believe she got that good thing. She my little hood thing. Ask around, they know us.
You recording?
That's why I call her my busted baby.
It's funny how like Plies, like his little speeches he be having in his car, like. Let me tell you, man.
Sweet voice of sand.
You ever be in the line at the grocery store and you see that motherfucker over there in the other line talking about, won't they hurry up? Look, baby, you ain't have to choose this store. Your ass could have went to another one.
I used to see that shit all the
I'm
time.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Your ass can go to Walmart. I'm gonna stay here at Target. Don't bring that shit up in here.
Does he still do that stuff? I used to see those videos all the time.
He still does, like every once in a while, like in like another chat I'm in, it's like they'll have those Twitter deep thoughts that he be putting out there. Now let me tell you, you ever had a pair of shoes that's too little? Nigga, go to another store, get bigger shoes.
I'm leaving that all in. And now I'm about to give y'all what I do when we normally start a show, and that is I reminisce for a spell, or should I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October, a toast. But my granddaddy came sober, counting all the fingers and the toes. Now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows. 18 years younger than my mama, but I rarely got beatings because the girl loved drama. In single parenthood, there I stood. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl. Let's name her Pam. Same father as the first, but you don't give a damn. Irresponsible, plain not thinking. Papa said chill, but the brother keep winking. Still he won't down you. He won't down you or tear out your hide. On your side while the baby makers slide. But mama got wise to the game. The youngest of 5 kids, hun, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, mama's getting married in the house. Listen. Positive over negative for the woman and master. Mother Queen's rise in a chapter. Deja vu. Tell you what I'm gonna do. When they reminisce over you, my God. Hello and welcome to it. It's Stays Crunchy Milk. It's episode 418. And I'm a little teapot, short and stout. I'm joined by my best friends. It's Tatum216.
Buck.
Lunchbox 2099.
Busted baby.
And for the very last time,
Forever.
in person, for a very long time. Not the last time, but for the very last time. In person for a very long time.
He'll send postcards.
It's the homie, the real ODP, Gabe. We're coming to you live to tape from Dan's Basement Studios. What you got to say about this, real ODP?
Well, it's bittersweet. There's a lot of sadness involved with the leaving, but I'm excited for the adventure that lies ahead. You know, I'm gonna get to see the country. Been talking about. I remember when I talked about this a couple months back on this very podcast, and you guys are very encouraging, and you guys been encouraging through this whole thing, even though you're sad to see me go.
I'm not sad.
Yeah, I'm not sad either.
Oh my God, I cried so hard earlier. I'm kind of choking it back right now. I'm very sad.
Aww.
So I'm just gonna be sad. It just is what it is.
I mean, I'm not trying to sound like mean or nothing, but
Yeah.
like, I'm just hoping for. I'm worried for you, so I'm not. But I'm not sad.
I
I'm hoping for the best, but you know, I just want you all to be safe and shit. That's all.
It's kind of like I know you're not my child, but with anybody that you care about is like, I want certain things for you, or I want you to have certain things, but that's my want. So in life, it's kind of like your path is your path. But I want you to walk it the best way you can. That's why, like, I've never really been like, I was worried about it and how things were going to go and how things are going to be. But like at the end of the day, I want you to be happy. And I love the fact that like you found something that you wanted to do, and that shit happened quicker than I thought it was gonna happen. It's like, whoa, hold on. But I'm happy for you. I feel like you know, just like a little bit earlier when we were talking about like, man, we could have been doing this so far. We've been doing this for how many years, and other people getting popular doing the same shit we was doing, but you did it fast, and you did it because this is something that you want. So I kind of feel like
you didn't allow yourself to hang around too long and get nervous and talk yourself out of it.
Yes.
You instead talked yourself into it, which is a rare thing this day and age. We don't talk ourselves into doing shit a lot no more. We get shook, we worry, we argue ourselves
Give
out of
excuses
things.
not to.
And
say,
instead of doing that,
you found a way.
You made yourself say, no, this time the opposite is going to occur. And I love you for it, man. I was going to tell the story, and I guess I should tell the story. It's been 18 years since Gabriel came into my life. I know that because he came into my life as my replacement in our office situation. He was brought in to be, hey, T's going on paternity leave and for 12 weeks because my son was born, and we need somebody to be a replacement T. And they brought, hey, man, this is my son will be 18 here very shortly, and so you've just been a presence in my life for such a long time, and it's just, and it's not like you won't be there. It's not like I won't have you on the show most weeks. As long as when we do remote records and you can do it, Gabe will be on the show. Yes. So it's not. You're not even listener losing Gabriel for anything. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be on it as often as he is now, but he's not going to not be on it. So it's like you said, it's bittersweet as fuck. I'm like I said, I'm excited. I'm pumped for you because it's like I said, for the reasons we have already said.
You can go to Poco Loco and we can't.
Oh, also, I got you the biggest mountain in the lower 48. That Denali is in Alaska. So, I mean, yeah, you can technically drive to it, but I might not say you
So it's the biggest mountain in the lower 48. We could. My oldest daughter, really wants to go to Alaska.
I'm not knocking it, but I know you got to cross through Canada to get there.
Yeah, we got to renew all our passports expired, and the baby doesn't have a passport.
Mount Whitney, which is in the Sierra Nevadas in California. So that's the highest mountain in the lower 48.
Mount Whitney.
I think I'm not sad because we haven't been seeing that much of each other for the last like year and a half anyway. Yeah. So it's almost like nothing changes for me in some way. Like I've only been to your driveway one time, so like your house to me was just a place you went. It had no attachment to me whatsoever. And then we've been doing remote records for the most part since the pandemic hit. So you recording from a trailer is no different than me like watching you record in your dining room with your dog snoring. So like, you know, that for me that's all kind of the same. And so like you just won't be here when we do these little wee trides for a while. So I mean, for me that's personally the only thing that's changing. So it's like that's why I'm not sad. Like I'm just worried for you. I hope everything works out. I hope you have a great time. I hope you enjoy it all. But like to say that like this whole time I haven't thought parts of this were batshit crazy, I'd be lying to you. But like I'm not gonna sit here and like tell you shouldn't do what you want to do. So, you know, just been trying my best to be supportive, and you know, if you need anything, like help out. That's all.
I appreciate that. You guys have been great about this, and I'm really excited.
I think that's kind of our job to be great about it. I mean,
no,
I kind of
some people haven't. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to drop anyone's name, but some people haven't been like, oh.
But that's
hold on. Drop them names anyway. You
But
know,
that mean-
I will sword beep them out, each and every one of them. But just get it off your chest right quick. Who talking shit to you? My nigga finally did the whole thing. All that's
Now
beeped
give
out.
their social security numbers.
You'll not hear any of that. But I want you to speak it to life and present, because like don't hide in the shadow. I'm gonna tuck it away because I don't want it out in these streets, and that's just real. But it'll be a big beeped out, and I'll never miss a beep. I've only missed one random. I'm gonna beep that I just said, and it got pointed out to me by April. Like I think you let Ebony's lady's name get through because they know I beep names. So
It's funny because the one YouTube channel I watched where he does the stealth camping, he doesn't want to say his wife doesn't want her name said on the YouTube channel, right? And then he sometimes hangs out with a guy who he calls himself Crazy Neighbor, but he didn't want his name on the channel either, and they were doing a live one time, and like they slipped the dude's fucking name so that like you found out his name was Glenn. And then another live they were just talking, answering questions. And then the Crazy Neighbor dude slipped the dude's wife's name. So now we all know her name is Jess. But it was funny, his reaction when he slipped it, because it was on a live, so he couldn't edit it out. And he's like, don't say her name. It's like some psychotic shit.
Shit.
let's see. So by the time this episode comes out, you will no longer be working at the job you were at. That's some shit we have played real tight to the chest. You want to tell? Do you want to? You don't have to.
Nah, I'll let that go.
All right.
Just in case I want to come back.
Fair enough.
Never burn a bridge, man.
Fair
Never
enough.
burn a bridge. It was I don't know. Some people did guess like what I am in general. It's like,
Well, I mean, what you do in general is so very specific that it's a relatively easy guess. But I mean, if they knew what you did in the nitty gritty like we do,
I'm a professional troll on Twitter.
God, bro, if
you're not.
If you could get paid to do that,
Don't do it.
No. All right. So I guess that's another thing. I don't know why I decided, but I decided to make my triumphant return to Twitter. I'm trying to approach it different this time. I'm trying to make jokes. If I see someone say some shitty stuff, I'm like, nope, not talking to them. I'm gonna just scroll on past. The only back and forth I've got into were people who replied to me, and I didn't include a hashtag, but it's Twitter. You include a name, it's out
Yeah,
there.
people
So-
be searching shit. There's some sensitive souls out there.
Yeah, really. I mean, like,
Man, I just be
Who-
seeing big butts. Man.
who knew people really, really fuck with Hulk Hogan that hard?
like hard.
I mean, think about it, man. For a lot of people, that was their childhood hero.
Yes, and I am one of those people.
Yeah, I was one of those people too.
You know what? Hero's a strong word. I like that nigga a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't be calling him a nigga. He ain't one of us.
I think it's okay if you say it. If I say it.
I'm just saying, like, I don't even want to act like he's cool with me. It was what I'm saying.
But Booker T
not-
called him that, and it really set him off. Remember, it fucked him up.
Yeah, like I just remember, like, you know, playing with him on video games and stuff, and you know,
He was like the fucking Superman of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
felt like if he didn't beat the Iron Sheik would come to my house and fuck my shit up.
The Iron Sheik be on Twitter, and he has let it well be known that Hulk Hogan's still a jabroni.
Yeah, I just like. That's why I would never say I'm glad somebody's dead, but I'm glad that I never got to see if Macho Man was an asshole or not.
Yeah.
Because like at least you had one cool person.
Well, now the thing about, like, to get back to the Twitter thing, I feel like Twitter is a place that's full of people who they lack the ability to be critical of the things that they enjoy when a time rises where they need to be critical about that thing. Specifically, like, people who enjoy wrestling, when they like a certain aspect of wrestling, they will not criticize it. They will make every excuse they can to try and justify whatever action is taking place by a person in that industry, person, company, whatever. Like, WWE keeps fucking letting people go.
Firing. Yeah.
And firing, laying off, whatever terminology people want to use. They're a multi-billion-dollar company with multiple global contracts. They've had a TV network, like, all kinds of shit. Massive revenue streams. But yet they keep fucking letting people go. And it's not just like, oh, this person's been there for 12 years, their body's beat up, they need to move on to the next thing in their life. It's a tough pill to swallow, yada yada. No. It's like people who like just signed with the company has them move their lives down to Florida. They go down to Florida, they sign a lease for an apartment, yada, and then they're like 4 months into the training, and then they're like, see you later.
We got nothing for you.
Yeah, we got nothing left. You're not gonna make it. Like we cut you. We know we had you could uproot your whole life and come down here, but budget cuts. I know we just reported like record-breaking revenue for the quarter this afternoon, but budget cuts. We gotta let you go. I'm sorry. And it's like people will go on Twitter and be like, well, they knew what they were signing up for and blah, 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 blah. WWE is the greatest. And I'm like, you can't stop for 1 minute and just be like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, at least give them a year. Like you gave them a contract. You had them move to Florida. They're like, they're like shacking up like fucking minor league baseball players. There's like, you see all these developmental wrestlers, and they're all living together in apartments and shit because they can't afford to live out on their own because they don't make shit in developmental. And then, like, they get on TV, they get a little bit of action, like 2-3 months, and then boom, out the door. And it's like, they're not even just doing it to them. It's like, one guy and his fiance, they brought him in last summer. They made him to be the big fucking deal on their Wednesday programming. Like, they made him the world champion in like a month. Then he tore up his shoulder and he was off TV for like 2 months. He comes back and he wins the fucking title again. Like a month after he comes back from shoulder surgery. So he's a 2-time champion in the span of like 4 months. Then they bring him up onto the main show, like Monday Night Raw, their flagship show.
So he feels like he.
And then they have him fucking lose on the first night while he's still the champion of their Wednesday show, right? So they have him lose to Jeff Hardy, who's been in rehab like 27 times.
Jeff Hardy has been wrestling for like 30 years.
Yeah. Then they put his ass back. Like, he's still the champion of the Wednesday show, right? So then he goes on to the Wednesday show, and he just fucking obliterates somebody. Like, he beats the shit out of him. Then he comes back on Monday, and he loses to Jeff Hardy in like 2 minutes again. It makes no fucking sense, right?
It takes more than 2 minutes for him to climb up on the rope and do the swanton bomb.
So then, like, he goes back to the Wednesday show and eventually drops the title because the plan is to have him be on the Monday show permanently, right? So on the Wednesday show, he comes out with his fiance, and it's this theatrical entrance, and there's this song, and she's like a menacing, creative, like controlling woman, and he's like the harbinger of war kind of shit. It's like this really eerie, like, thing. Oh, well, we can't do that on Monday. So they fucking axe his fiance. She ain't nowhere to be seen. And then they have his bitch ass coming out looking like Mad Max or some wonky ass like Shockmaster helmet and shit. And then they decide, oh, well, we can't do that. And then they take him off TV for like a minute. And it's like a month and a half after they've been trying to change all the shit that was working, they fucking fire him and his fiance. After they spent a year making this dude look like a fucking beast, then they bury the shit out of him in the span of a month and a half, and then they fucking fire him. What kind of sense does this make? So this, like, I don't understand the people who go on Twitter and are like, oh, this is fine. Yeah. Like, how the fuck do you run a company where you, like, make a product and then you just fucking ruin it and then you fire off the people who were working on trying to make it good?
Dude, that's sheep.
It's the Halo effect.
I mean, like,
if they like something, it can do no wrong.
Mm-hmm. It's like a battered relationship, like, oh, Papa WWE hit me a couple times, but he still loves me.
Speaking of battered relationships, did you see that like Chris Pratt was getting like
I saw he got shit on for saying something about his daughter or something.
Yeah, so and I just want to get you guys' take on this. So he's married to like a Schwarzenegger now.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't her name be Pratt now? Why do you keep on calling her Schwarzenegger?
May not change her last name.
Well, that
you know what? That's true.
Sometimes when you're famous, they just keep riding it out with the name you became famous for. And I think she's only famous for being Arnold's daughter. I don't know if she does anything.
I don't know.
But like when you're like a major celebrity's daughter of that ilk, you tend to not like they don't change it.
So him and her have a child together, and he was saying like, "Thank you for having my beautiful, healthy child."
They have not had that child yet. The child is still on the way, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And so, I don't know, but all I was reading is like, so they were saying like, he was making, or they felt like he was being insensitive to him and his ex-wife's.
Interference is because their child has disabilities.
Yes.
That child was born early, was not born healthy. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And had to go to NICU and so forth and so on. And people. If you want to know my opinion, people made a Mr. Fantastic level reach to try to make him
Be an asshole.
big up in his wife as him somehow shitting on his ex-wife. This is the same shit that's going on with this Kardashian bullshit where they keep bringing in Travis Barker's ex-wife for everything. Anything Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian do now means we must
Shauna Monaco.
We must go to Shauna Monaco and get her opinion on it as if it matters.
I wonder what, how does she feel about what Oscar De La Hoya is doing nowadays?
Did she date him at some point?
Yeah, that was her first
So
husband.
why are we just talking about that shit? Because there's a Kardashian involved and it gets your numbers.
See, this is my thought about it, but because like I know that the Kardashians not invented but perfected calling the paparazzi on themselves.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, is like Travis and which one is this? Kourtney.
Yeah.
I wonder if they throwing her a bone.
Oh, basically trying to like get her some shine.
Like
Might as well. Like, you know what, man? You know what I'm saying? Apparently, when you explained to me today when I was talking about with her, I was like she don't even kick with her kids like that.
Well, like her daughter's like a grown ass an adult.
Yeah, because Kourtney Kardashian's in like her mid-40s, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about Shannon Moniker's kids.
Yeah, her and Travis Barker's kids.
Yeah, like they have a son.
Okay.
Like, and their show was on. Like, it's wild to me that I can say now that shit was like almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like
Their divorce was finalized in 2008. Apparently, they stopped kicking it together in 2014. Because I was really concerned. Me and you had discussed the other day, and then finally I just
hung out a couple years later.
Yeah, because they tried to
reconcile
and make it go, but they ended up calling counseling each other a bunch of times. And when it was finally said and done in 2014 or 16, I can't recall exactly. They finally just was like, no.
Is that who he was with when he went down in the plane crash?
Yes. Yeah. That probably was why they reconciled.
Yeah, and he probably got divorced, and then he has a near death experience. Like, fuck it, let me go back to this woman because maybe I can make something happen. Turns out, no, you couldn't because it wasn't meant to be. And so again, I get it, but I like your thinking about it. It's like they know that if with enough
zhuzhin,
that maybe they could put her on, they could probably get her a show somewhere.
Yes.
They could probably get her, saying at least on some shows and shit, talking. Maybe get her a couple of dollars in her pocket.
And then she can go back into
obscurity and send her on her motherfucking way.
Yeah.
I like that ideal better than what's currently going on, which just has me like, what the fuck is going on? Why the fuck does it matter to me that he showed Kourtney Kardashian what she thought was their favorite movie? Well, you know what? That's his favorite movie, and he wanted to share it with his lady.
I do love that movie.
What movie is that?
True Romance.
Yeah, that's a good movie. That's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, like I said, my like after thinking about it, it's like that has to be a little bit of it. Like I said, they perfected calling the paparazzi on themselves, and like maybe they're just trying to get her. It's probably all in cahoots. Cause who I'm not gonna. In my mind, I don't care what my ex is doing at all.
Correct.
Especially after 7 years or whatever. So maybe they'd be like, hey. I know you're not in the spotlight. You're not on what's the name of that cop show when they was riding bikes?
Reno 911.
No, that was not.
That was the same thought I had.
That's the same thought I had as well.
It was like Baywatch, but they were on the beach riding bikes.
Bike cop.
Oh shit!
I know you know everything, Gabe. I know you'll think of it.
What was that called? Pacific Blue?
Yes, exactly. Thanks. I knew you would know it. And like she was on that show. She was in Playboy and stuff like that.
Computer Blue.
My wife hates my memory for the shit I remember and the shit I can't remember.
You know what? I guess that's part. Like I was saying at the beginning of the show. Like you chose us as friends. We like the fact. Like I knew if I said that, you would know what I was talking about. I didn't go to Dan because Dan's never seen Goodfellas. I didn't go to
I've seen Goodfellas. I watched it down here like 2 years ago.
Because T's never seen Shawshank Redemption.
T's never
I
seen
finally
Shawshank.
watched that shit last year.
See, like you're a step ahead, and now like I know, if I need to know something, it's you.
It's Godfather that I haven't watched.
Okay, I'm
What
sorry.
would you think of Shawshank Redemption?
I thought it was a tough watch in that it made me afraid if I ever find myself in a similar position of being falsely accused and in prison for something I didn't do. And I don't know, falsely accused, I'm not talking about like I'm just not anything. Like if I just found myself in the wrong place at the wrong time for something I didn't do myself, and then like can't beat it and then have to go through the shit that he went through for so long, like I feel for people who actually really go through that.
Yeah, there's been people who have been gone to prison.
Especially in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a real bad track record. in this
I mean, when you all talked about the implied rape earlier today, like I felt that shit.
He was like, "Oh no, flashbacks."
Well, no, because I remember watching that scene and being like, "Oh no," because he's still kind of an innocent soul at that point. They had to have fucking wrecked him. Because when you can't get away from the thing that like just fucks you over, like the thing that in a situation like that, you can't even leave the area, so you're constantly reminded of the shit that just happened to you.
And that's why it's implied, because Andy Dufresne remains innocent and hopeful. Like if they would have showed that or showed more of it, or at least implied more of it, it would kind of show him more broken. And he's a character that his will and his thoughts have never been broken. No matter what happened to him, it doesn't happen. So that's why, like, it's always been, it was implied and not, they just did that voiceover for it. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter what happened to him.
Young Andy got his cheeks clapped in the shower that day.
Oh, man. Some people say the best lubricant is blood, and Andy found out that day.
What movie was that? Where it's a major plot point.
God, that movie.
We watched
Puff
the
Pass.
shit out of that movie, Puff Pass.
I've never seen that movie. I know the name of it.
That movie
That's
is.
why my wife hates my memory, because I can't remember.
Listen,
She told me yesterday, and I'm like, I don't remember you saying that. You must have not said it, woman.
You just didn't commit it to memory, and that's okay. You didn't commit it to long term.
if your wife had a good script or some Emmy
Your wife needs to punch up work done on her script. We'll get there.
she needs I don't know, she needs a Stephen King book to base her life off of.
Goodness gracious.
She needs to stop being ungrateful.
Damn, that
Appreciate your gifts. Damn. Quit tearing you down.
I don't know if Gabriel did the dishes that day.
Gabe put up a good fight, but he had to wash the dishes, go to the pet store, and get groceries.
We have been ricocheting
And pick up morning
at
Chipotle
a
the
rate
night
that is
before.
insane at this point. I get it, and
You got whiplash for this.
I know y'all saying, "What did we start on? How do we get here?" But now that you've said that, it makes me think. Okay, at this point, going forward,
Yes.
yeah, for every now and again, you'll have some work to do. Quote, work to do. Most of the time, you won't be working anymore. That means this is going to be a full tilt, full bore, you and the missus involved in raising and taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
Now, what was the rules for when you work from home was, please let me continue to do what I do in this home environment, because we have set rules, we've set standards, and more than anything at this point, Gabriel, you are the interruption. You were the one like kind of fucking up the vibe.
Well, I did yell at them, yes, because they were doing stuff.
But again, you were fucking up the vibe because you're not normally there. That's normally a situation their mom took care of. But going forward, at least for the extent of this road trip, it is now that's not what it is anymore. So what rules or discussions have y'all had about how it's going to be taken care of, rearing children together as a unit now, as a boy? I'm not saying you haven't been this whole time, but I'm saying in particular now it is really
I'll be more of a presence.
yeah.
A physical presence. Well, I mean, when I'm working and doing shit, I mean, it's going to be a two-way street. Like, you can't bother me while I'm working, so I can't stop what I'm doing from work and I can't stop what I'm doing at work to tell the kids not to make a mess.
Yeah.
Also, like, we got a smaller space, so messes are easier to clean up. I gotta just get off of that shit. They're children. They're gonna make messes.
Yes.
You know, I don't know why I'm so finicky. About
Messes are one thing. It's when they destroy property that it becomes a problem.
But they don't destroy too much. I don't know why I hate messes. Well, they destroyed.
Be honest. Don't lie to me.
They've destroyed. Yes, they've destroyed a TV or two.
Didn't they also fuck up a sink? I thought there was like an avocado in a sink or some shit.
Oh, there was avocado in the bathroom sink.
Oh no.
That was at the house, not at the RV. Thank God.
Oh yeah, nothing's happened at the RV yet that I've been
Nothing
made
yet.
aware
No,
of.
They haven't fucked the. Yeah, let's do that, please. They popped out a few screens, but the screens are easy to fix.
Well,
Oh, that shit happens.
Yeah. But again,
My screen here's fucked up. I need to fix that.
it's more. I guess, are you ready to take on this new version of Dad that comes with the road version of Dad? Actually, is basically what it is. And have you thought about it at all? Have you just been like, I don't fucking know, we'll get there when I get there, or is that something? Because you're a guy who considers things.
Yes.
And so I wonder if that is something that has struck your mind and you've been like, what are we going to do here and how do we do this to make sure it is right and best for everybody involved, but in particular, you and your wife.
I just gotta learn a little more patience.
Sure, I get what
Man.
you need to do. What do y'all need to do?
I guess just communicate better.
Okay.
Communication is key.
As a person who has like kids your age, I mean, not your age, pretty much the same age as your kids, you can't do that. You can't. I mean, in my opinion, you can't be worried about what your wife is going to do. Like for the most part, it's like being the best person you can and being the best dad that you can be is priority one. Like especially if you're there and you're present, that's priority number one. What she does is helpful. Like when you're running on all cylinders and you're doing the best you can do, what she does is helpful. If she's doing that and pulling the things that you're asking her to do, it's helpful. When you are running on all cylinders, it seems like, in particular to me, it's like it's always a bonus when, hey, she took out the trash or she did this and she did that. Like to me, it's like when it's kind of almost like if your partner cheats on you. Like if you're always doing the right thing, like your conscience and shit is always clear. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, the way like you're saying it, the way like I kind of interpret it is like you need to like look at yourselves as equals and not as like she's running shit and makes all the decisions. Like you have the authority to do whatever the hell you want to. You don't gotta like ask permission to be who you are.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. I'm stepping into their world, which is the homeschooling.
But that's the point, though. It's not their world anymore. It's y'all's world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to find where I fit in.
And that's kind of what exactly what I'm presenting to the class here is that it's not sudden. This has been a real good. Actually, and that's another thing. I want to if we go here giving grades, I want to give you a big markup for what I feel has been a very smart and smooth transition for everybody involved. You guys started in the driveway. And then you're like, all right, you know what? One time, let's head out to this campground to see how it fits. Oh, that works pretty well. Okay. Then you've been to a couple of different other spots. You've seen how you handle the vehicle. You see how you do everything. But then the children also get to see this is kind of what this works like. But stuff is still kind of near. We can still go see your Uncle T, or we can go see your grandmas and so forth and so on. And so it's been. I feel like that has been. So. If anything, y'all already have started playing it smart, playing it very smart, and playing it as a team. So already you're on a good foot. Just the next step of this.
It's kind of like when you get a betta fish, and you put them you put the bag that they're in the bowl, so they get acclimated to the new water while they're still in the old water.
Yeah. And that's exactly what you've been doing. So now it's almost time to open up the bag, let them get loose in the tank as a whole. And I was wondering if you had any thoughts on that. And your thoughts seem to be, I could do a little better here and there. And that's great. But what would you ask of your other half? And I'm not saying like she don't listen to this show. And nobody who fucks with her that listens to the show would run and say, "Did you hear what they said on the show?" Because it's never happened. So, what would you ask of if you could ask of her? And maybe you need to, or maybe you have already. What would you ask them? Like, hey, look, as a part of this, especially now, I'm saying, unlike when I was working from home, I have to be a presence as it pertains to discipline, as it pertains to education, as it pertains to a lot of stuff. You become a teacher as well as your wife being a teacher. You are, you know what I'm saying, the at-home parent, you know what I'm saying, so forth and so on. That's what I mean. It's like you all of a sudden, you get to take on a lot of the responsibility that your wife has been carrying this entire time already. And I just want to know how you feel about that. Do you feel ready for that? Are you shook by it at all? Or are you like, nah, man, this is the thing I think I'm built for?
I'm a little shook. I mean, she's more seasoned than I am, and I'm coming in. Like I said, I'm trying to find my place in this, and where I fit in, and that's gonna take some. There's gonna be some transition.
Yeah.
I don't get off. I don't stop. It doesn't happen officially until after the 10th of November, was my last day of work.
Yeah.
And so, well, I just like I said, I'm gonna find where I fit in and try to do it in a way that makes everyone's life easier instead of harder.
Okay.
And that's gonna require more patience. I mean, I gotta admit, I'm kind of short patience with the children sometimes. When I get home and within an hour, I'm like, that's enough of this shit. Yeah.
But that's the point. Having worked a full 8 to 10 hour day to come home and have to be like, okay, we're going to take off what I do hat and put on the dad hat. It is a difficult transition.
I feel like this is the kind of subject these two guys would be able to help you with way more than I ever could. Well, no, seriously, because Anthony's kids were home with them during the pandemic, and they're younger. Like, T's kids are more self-sufficient.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like I'm not to discount your what you could add to the subject.
Yeah.
But Anthony's, I think, a perfect resource for this kind of situation.
Yeah, like every Friday, like I mean, my kids are in like regular school, but like every Friday, like Emory doesn't have school. He's in pre-K. So it's like when I have my Friday meetings, like he'll be sitting on my lap, so I don't be on Zoom. Yeah. Like I won't show my pictures and stuff because like we're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's funny because like a lot of the ideas that I have about like what we should do about shit, it don't be the same. It don't. That's just like we're two different people. It's never going to be the same. But like, it's always just like a happy medium because at the end of the day, it's not. Yes, it's about how to get our kids in a certain place, but what the kids want is a big part of it. And how the kids are adapting and doing is a big part of it. So like we'll have our ideas about something, and then the way that kids function and act is what we have to vibe off of. So like sometimes less is more until you need to be like, you can't do that shit. And most of the time, I mean, you know, the how kids really show improve is being out in the world. Like my mom always tells me, like, when your kids are here, they're perfect. Like, I know they be doing whatever they do at home. That's because they with y'all.
Yeah.
Like when they're out in the real world doing things, they're mindful, they listen, they're polite.
That's how we were as a family.
Yeah, like
when we were at home, my siblings wouldn't shut the fuck up. They were fighting all the time. They were crying, bickering, everything. But when we were at someone's house for like a birthday party or at a restaurant or something, we were quiet. We were respectful. We were thankful. It was always like our kids, like my siblings and me, were always the good kids at the party or something like that. We weren't causing scenes like everybody else.
That is literally. I have teachers regularly hit me up and be like, "Yo, Xander in particular, like, yeah, his grades are shit, but he's an amazing guy." And it's also what has multiple times saved his bacon because he's a good person and a good human being they are more willing to work with him,
Yeah.
help him out, and be like, okay, let's see what we can do to get you over this hump, whatever that hump
Good
is.
intentions.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I've done a decent job at raising my children to behave like parents love my kids because because even though I'm yelling at my kids all the goddamn time, hey, could you wash the dishes? Could you take the trash out? Blah blah. They go to somebody else's house. Oh, I'll take the trash out for you or whatever. Yeah, I'll help you with the dishes here and there. Like, you motherfucker. But that's good. It means it means one, when they're home, they're comfortable and they're in their place.
Yeah.
But when out in the world, they know how to act and react. And that's just that has come with time.
I remember helping my buddies' parents bring their groceries in when I'd be over there.
Yeah, for sure. And so that's just parenting 101. If your kids acting like they should out in the streets, gravy. Your kids don't get a lot of out street action.
No, they don't.
So choke up.
But
I know why I have to keep telling you this.
I don't know why.
It's so funny.
Comfortable.
You get wild. You're
Yeah.
way down here. It's like, no, I need you to hear yourself real loud. ASMR.
I just kind of feel like the first couple weeks at it, like when you are out like getting it, like you guys find a rhythm.
Yeah.
I mean, like this is the experience for everybody.
Yeah.
Like from everybody, it's just gonna be like we were talking about earlier, even with the old dude. Like, have a journal, like write everything down. Like try to
not crimes, but
not crime, but like listen first, and then like get acclimated to the first week. Get comfortable with yourself. The second week, say I'm gonna get comfortable with my wife. Then after that, the kids, because you have to take care of her and see what she wants and what she needs and what makes everything run.
Yeah, because I think we forget we are the center of our own universe. That's just the reality of it is what it is to be a person. You are the center of your universe, and they are the centers of their own universe. So Anthony is spot on when he says, week one, everybody kind of got to not necessarily fend for themselves, but a little bit of how am I experiencing this?
Yeah.
It's kind of the thought of you're no good for anybody else if you're not good for yourself.
Goddamn right.
Selfish is only a bad word coming out of somebody else's mouth.
I mean, it's like being on the plane. You got to put your mask on
Yes.
before you
Before you put the mask on your kids. That way you're breathing. Make sure you're breathing. All right?
Yeah, take care of yourself, man. If you gotta,
If you got to leave one or two of them in a Walmart in Illinois, do what you got to do.
That's why I have 4.
sitting on my desk at home, I have like this little tub of sugarless gum. I don't share it with nobody. I don't offer anybody any of it. It's mine. Like my son, I asked him, like, no, you got gum upstairs. That's the one thing I keep to myself. I always have it handy. It's like a bit of comfort for me. It's my one thing I have. Have that one thing for you. It might not be an expensive thing or have a constant for you. If it's riding or if it's like, hey, every day at about 6 o'clock, I want to watch the sun go down over here. That ain't for y'all. This is for me. Like I'm gonna have my bottle of water and I'm gonna drink it over here. I'm gonna drink my coffee by myself for this 10 minutes. That 10 minutes. You know what? On Monday you can come with me. On Tuesday you can come with me. On Wednesday you can come with me. But Friday and Saturday, that's just for me. Mm-hmm. Like make sure you have some time to yourself for some moments of clarity. But like I said, every day that's my gum. I don't share it. I don't know if my girl come down there and steal pieces. She might, but I don't give it away. This is my peace of mind right there.
Okay. I know everybody wants to know. I don't know if you have announced this to the world yet. What's stop 1 on this great adventure?
We're looking at Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh.
Okay.
Outside of Ohio, I think in Ohio we might go to the Cincinnati Zoo because the miracle hippo of Cincinnati got a stepdaddy, and named Tucker, and
Fuck, that's a terrible name.
and they were trying to breed it with its mother. So, you know, was it BB? BB's the mother. Fiona.
The baby, yeah.
Fiona's the baby. Fiona's gonna get a half brother or sister.
Are you? Do you have like any? To me, when I go out of town or anything, like I'm always looking for like chain restaurants that are like in the region I'm in. Like I like going to like places. I'm like, well, you know, ain't no
Bojangles.
yeah, no Bojangles in Ohio. I want to go to Bojangles. You got any of those?
When T and I went to Tennessee, I stopped at a place
Crystal.
called Crystal's.
Yeah.
And then we ate at Zaxby's.
Oh, I want to go to Zaxby's. So
Crystal, the White Castle of the South.
Yeah.
Dan tried Crystal. Dan did not like Crystal.
Was not smacking.
Yeah.
Stay with the Alabaster Castle.
And what is your what are you
we like go to local restaurants. I like the local fare, a local flavor.
are you a Walmart or a Target guy?
We go to a little bit of both. Walmart saves us money. Target, we feel nicer, even though it's not really nicer.
You know what? I don't.
Gotta disagree with you, homeboy. I gotta disagree. As a person who actually has worked at Target, I know that Target's nicer because Target works to make it nicer.
Yeah. Target, like,
It's true.
even though like Meyer and Target are owned by the same people, like even like when you go to it's such a comfort. Like when I go to Target, I know, and I've been at Target in like a couple different states. It's not like I'm an international Target player, but like I know.
Choose you, Target.
I choose my products. But like I know when I go there, like when I went to the Target in Chicago, I knew like this is the aisle I can find this in. Like I didn't have to go all over the place. Like if I go to the Meyer in Seven Hills, that shit is way different than the one in Mentor. It makes no sense. Like
Walmart's be changing up too, man.
Yeah.
It's like I've been to Walmart's and they're like fucking flipped
Yeah,
and shit's in the back.
food be
they're
on the
just
wrong side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Targets are generally like set up the same.
Super uniform store. Yeah.
So yeah, I do think they're a little nicer. I'll pay 6 more cents for some shit just so I can know where it is.
Plus,
and-
you're in the right state. Target has whiskey, like all kinds of hard alcohol.
yeah, when I was in Chicago, man, they had like a bunch of good ass liquor in there, and it was like a reasonable price.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might her traveling brother might be in Chattanooga and might meet us there.
Dope. Oh my God, that's gonna be so fucking cool when you can just be like, okay, I'm going here on these dates. Y'all trying to link up if you can. You'll probably make some road trip friends. You know what I'm saying? You'll probably
shit.
and shit.
Road trip friends.
I don't know what to call them, man. I'm sorry.
Did you download the Glory Hole app?
I did not download the Coca-Cola.
Yeah, what's funny was like what I originally wanted to get you, and like I wanted to get you a instant camera so you can take a picture like.
Oh, we thought about getting one of those.
But then I was just like, I know y'all was trying to pack light and shit, and I didn't want to be like, hey, take this and take this everywhere you go. But what I got you instead, you can throw away as you go.
Pack light.
I'm glad you said that because I just realized I left that kettle in the backseat of my car when I came home.
Yeah, I think you will enjoy that. Oh, did I get? Never mind.
You did not. So whatever it is, still a surprise.
Yeah. Yours is in the car. I'll get it to you before you leave.
Cool. I am. I'm super. So okay. So oddly enough, I'm the most thing I'm excited about for you is when you get out west. It just seems. So I've driven one time in my life, just one time so far, from Vegas to Cali. So I've got to do that Sierra Nevada drive and kind of be out in the desert and the mountains. It's kind of fucking one of the most amazing things I've ever done. And I know you gonna get to go out there.
It's like a desolate land.
Yeah, but it's kind of neat.
We did the drive from Vegas to Tucson, Arizona when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of just nothing.
It's kind of neat to see it. But then you have specific goals out there. So while you out that way, that means Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, You remember in Beavis and Butthead do American? They went to Hoover Dam. Cloris Leachman was doing the voice of that lady.
We stopped at the Hoover Dam, but we didn't do like the dam tour. We just watched.
I ain't do the damn tour.
We just looked over the damn rail.
We ain't do the damn thing.
Also, there's the crater out there somewhere, like the biggest crater in like North America is out there somewhere. So that's some shit you get to fucking go do. It's all this cool shit that I'm like,
Kids get to pretend to fall off the cliff or something out there.
oh my god, maybe they never do what you did.
Did I tell that story in this podcast?
Yeah, we've shared that story years ago.
Okay.
Gabriel jumping off a cliff, but knowing that if there was another cliff right there, and scaring the shit out of his parents. This is why his boys are as excitable as they are. It is the universe saying, "See what this does to you? Fucks with you, don't it?"
Boys are wild.
I
saw him on Halloween.
I was literally just about to talk about that. So because it was the last go around in their old neighborhood, which has been really amazing for Halloween for years until my children grew out of it. I would take my children over to Gabe's neighborhood and we would all go trick or treat. They got to do one last round of trick or treating in their old neighborhood, which is fucking so lovely. I'm glad you guys got to do that again. Just like I said, your transition game.
That was our goodbye to the neighborhood.
Your transition game has been okay, aces, man, straight up. But I got to kind of hang.
Stark change from your pullout game.
Oh,
Which is just the weakest, sir. Your leave-in game, though, impossibly immaculate. Your leave-in game, none can touch it. Your pull-out game, sir. But I got to see the kids geeked up off of sugar. Like Polo was in a way. I was like, ooh, yo daddy. I can see your daddy trying to hold it all in. I saw you holding it in. That's another good thing. That's another thing. You, sir, can hold it in. As opposed to exploding. And never once did you. And you was like, hey, bruh, don't make me count, man. I don't want to have to do this counting. You don't want this counting situation. Don't make me do that shit.
People mock that shit, but the counting and I'll put you on timeout really works for the kids. I got my daughter, my 3-year-old, straightened up real quick when I got to 2, and she's like, all right.
Man, chill, bro. Okay, I know. His daughter was also straight up taking hot chocolate to the face. Let me tell you something. One, yes, it's nice that you gave children hot chocolate for Easter trick or treat. I am my mom at this point. You see how many times it takes me to get to anything at this point? That is Andy Pearl's fault. But what happens is that small child just is like, oh shit, nigga, this that good Swiss Miss. And it was hilarious to watch this child out here freebasing hot cocoa. And it's I have not been as present in your children's lives as you were present in my children's lives. But it's just the way life has worked out, and it's the way it worked. Life does work out. When my children were little, you didn't have any kids, and therefore you could be more present in their life. By the time you had kids, I had kids that I had to watch over, minus their mom, and with my partner, and so on and so on. So it's like I didn't get to be as present in your children's lives as I would have wanted to be. But slowly but surely, as I've hung out with more of them, they like, oh, that's my Uncle T, and he's cool. And oftentimes he'd come through with some snacks that my dad would come through with. So he might be coming through with a little something. So show love to that. Like your baby for a minute was like, I can't fuck with that dude, and now just was holding my hand at the football game the other day because they come around to me. And it's been real sweet to watch that. And so now I come through and they're like, oh, it's good, man. I'm like, I'm good. Thank you for checking in on me, children. That's okay. And that's kind of dope. And to watch young Zobi organize his candy was pretty fun because he sat there. He was like, these are my nerd boxes. Here are my delicious this, that, and the third. I was watching him just stack his shit. But unfortunately, they had to it was time to de-stack because it was time to get the fuck out that house. So I was like, goddamn, Dad, I just got this shit organized, my guy. But it's just fun to sit and watch and enjoy that, man. It's like I will. It's gonna be funny that in a real sense, the next time I see them in person, be like 30 feet taller. You know they're gonna have that damn sword beep bloodline. It's gonna show up at one point. One of them motherfuckers gonna just spring up and just be wild tall. And I don't know. I'm excited about that too. I'm just like that transition of little people becoming big people, and that's gonna be fun. also people who they will be so much more. I don't want to say worldly because it's not the world, but it is kind of worldly when they get to go. They get to go do what you didn't get to do, and that is go see a little bit of everything, all the corners of the United States. And at some point you will get your passports, and maybe a little bit of Canada here and there. You know what I'm saying? And so forth and so on.
Canada?
Yeah, fuck, bro, go to Canada. Go to Newfie. Go for Newfoundland, because I think you can. I don't know if you can get a trailer on there. But you might be able to park your trailer at one spot and just catch the ferry out to Newfoundland on in the just the truck. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for you in a real and honest way. It is going to be suck when I want to see you and can't. But it's gonna be dope to just be like, my man's out there on the road and in the wilderness and doing a damn thing, and be safe. Keep that machete near.
Get that thing on me.
I wonder. We all say I'm gonna fuck a motherfucker up, but like, do you think you have it in you to like
Hack at somebody with a machete?
or anything in that way?
I don't
'Cause
like messes.
I can't hurt people in my dreams. Is what something I've seen. Like I'm unable to like harm people even in my dream state. So I definitely doubt I could do it in the real world. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I think it would depend on the situation.
For sure.
Yeah.
If it's some old wild ass shit, it probably would make a nigga erupt. But
Like if it's like someone's trying to kill somebody or something like that, and it's like the innocent person's life depends on me stabbing someone or not, I guess I'm just gonna have to learn to live with it.
so you heard? I don't know if you heard about it, but there was a lady who got raped on a train in Philadelphia recently.
Oh shit!
No, I
and
didn't hear
they
that.
said everybody just sat around and did nothing about it. They sat
Fuck
there
that!
and let
Fuck that!
Yeah,
Fuck
no.
that!
That's one of those situations where even if I get my fucking teeth knocked out, I'm doing everything I can to stop it.
I hope I am. I hope I can say that, and I hope I can
like
follow
I
through with that.
It's because when I hear something like that, there's this like kind of rage that I feel inside.
Yeah.
Where like I know that I would not have the ability to just sit around and let something like that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, those people did, and I don't know what to do with that.
Well, I got a funny story to kind of make that shit go away. So the other
Yes,
day,
you can use some waka waka.
speaking of kids, before the other stuff, like my son was looking at my oldest son Anthony was looking at the Target Christmas paper. They got all the toys catalogs and stuff in there.
Is it as good as it was when we were kids?
No, nothing's gonna be that good.
Yeah, I don't feel like they put the effort in anymore with internet sales.
So you know what? It's pretty good. It's not as like when my mom used to get the J.C. Penney catalog toys. That bitch was like a little ass phone book.
Shit, man, Amazon be sending me shit like that now.
Yeah, that's matter of fact. That's exactly what it was. So they had the terrible. So Marvel has like a bunch of different kinds of toys. So they had like the the good ones all the way down to the shitty ones, all the way to the real bad ones. So they had like a Spider-Man where the ones like the arms move like this, but it don't move at the elbow and stuff. And I was like, my son was like, man, I want this. I was like, no, you don't. It has no points of articulation. It only moves like the legs, the arms, and the head. And I was like, I know a few things. I mean, because who knows more about more about action figures? She's like, Dan, not you. I'm like, who? She's like, Dan. I was like, man, Dan don't know more about toys than me. He's like, he probably do.
I like that. I got some credit out
Nice.
Yeah. Dino Dan knows more about toys than me.
Oh shit! I want to
I'm a little hurt for you though. I feel like your sons need to put some respect on your name.
put some respect on it.
Like I said, I don't really care what he thinks.
Well,
like,
the thing about it is, I know that you know more than me because you've actually made dance videos on your Instagram and TikTok with the action figures. I've never done stop motion action shit with anything like that.
they don't care about that.
But that's why I'm saying they need to have some respect for their father's ability. That's the bloodline, man.
Man, like my kids want frozen waffles every day, and I know how to cook. So
Frozen waffles, were never bad, man. I used to
No.
use Eggos.
it's the
Put a little
Eggos.
butter on them before you fry them up.
Eggos has a thick and the thick and fluffy waffles are incredible.
Shit, I used to also eat Eggo pancakes.
The ones that come in the bag.
Yeah, that they individually in the plastics. Yeah.
Like if you ever want to spend $3.29 on a box of waffles, I would recommend you get the I think it's Tahitian vanilla. They're fucking delicious. Man, that cat is freaking me out with that sound.
I can't help it, man. She old.
Yeah, I mean, not freaking me out, but it just sounds different.
Well, she's got like a little bit of a murmur, and she actually has like allergies. Mm-hmm. So like her eyes will be leaking and shit, and she like I said, she's old. She's pretty spry for 16 with like allergies and shit. So.
Yeah, she's like the what's that sexy ass old lady that's in the Fast and Furious movies now?
Helen Mirren.
She's the Helen Mirren of cats.
I really fuck with Helen Mirren if you ain't know. Goddamn. Anyway.
I'm not gonna tell my youngest son you got a Bulbasaur sitting there. He's fucking crazy about Bulbasaur.
He loves Bulbasaur?
Yeah.
Oh, the big one behind me? Mm-hmm. There's also a plush one over there.
You know what? Maybe I need to find him one of those.
Plush one or the big one?
No, a plush one.
Because I'm saying, like, for the right price, the big one could be yours.
No, I don't want that big one. I will buy that plush one from you, though.
Honestly, you could just have it. Cause,
no, I don't want to just have it.
Like, Secret Time, it's not mine. Oh. Left it behind when he moved out 3 years ago.
Sword beat.
Oh.
Yeah, Sword Beef left it behind when he moved out 3 years ago.
Well, if you're going to give it to me.
Like
that and the Rowlet next to it were both his.
Yeah,
so like I have no attachment to that thing. It's literally just sitting there.
Yeah, he'd really appreciate that. I'll let him know that I'll tell him like me and you traded man, Emery don't care. Emery a G, he don't care. Anthony, I'll have to tell him a fucking story about it.
I mean,
weave a tail.
I feel like I care way more about Emery than Emery care about me, and that's from holding him at one baseball game.
Emery, maybe I'll probably send it for the show, but like Emery was very attached to Gabe.
I'm a little jealous by that.
At the birthday party.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous by that.
Emery is a dichotomous person.
We all are. We
Yes.
all are. I just sent you some pajamas. There's these Old Navy Christmas T-Rex pajamas, and they look kind of sweet. And I kind of want them myself, but I know your child fuck with dinosaurs for a
They
while.
make them in man size?
They do, and I actually probably will end up with those. I told Vanessa I wanted matching pajamas for Christmas this year. I wanted all the family to rock them. And my youngest child was like, do I have to? And I go, yeah, this is one of the situations where you literally have to. And they accepted that.
Good.
Without much.
Good. Don't push back on Dad.
Certain shit they can, and I will allow for it. But this particular one, yeah, we all rocking the same pajamas Christmas morning. That's my word.
Thank you for the pajama hookup.
It's all good. It's a sale going on right now too. So
yeah, they only $9.
That's one of those like family traditions that I've seen people do online. I never understood because like my family never did shit like that.
I've never done it, but I want to do it this year. Just in me, it just came out, and I saw it somewhere.
You're holding on. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like this, as I was talking about it, like I said, we've been ricocheting this episode. This is a year, a whole lot of this 2021, 2022 was a great deal of transition for your mans. My oldest son is about to wrap up school. My youngest child has started high school, and therefore I need to worry about all the things that come with that. My man's is leaving, you know what I'm saying, and so forth and so on. It's a lot. On my plate right now in my familial situations, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the gig is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And video games is doing what they do, you know what I'm saying? Gaming is gaming and so forth, so ain't nothing worrying about that there. But in my familial situations, in my close relationships, big, giant leaps are happening right now. And it's a lot to take on. My children are going to go to Disney here in a couple of weeks as a part of their band. It's been a trip that's been pushed back 4 times since because of the pandemic, and so it's finally happening. It's all paid for. I did that, which is dope when you think about it, because it's like I had all that time to pay for my son's trip, but then I only had like that long. Literally from March of this year till now. Well, not even till now, till September, to pay for my daughter that same trip. You feel me? So I was like, the fact that I managed to make that happen, dope. Just give it up to Grandpa Joe for giving me a couple of stimuluses to keep the pockets rolling.
Yeah, I was talking to my mom not too long ago, and she was saying how like one of my cousins got like a PPP loan and like which
business?
yeah, no, not at all.
You talking about this?
I mean,
This is like the journals stuff.
well, not really because I didn't say my cousin's name.
All right.
And like I was just like, man, you better be careful. And I was just thinking like how, like, pretty much good the pandemic's been in a lot of different ways. Like, I kind of feel like my kids got to spend a lot more time. Yes, they fought a lot more, but like, they get along. I think a good amount. Like when my other son's not around, he's like, "Hey man, when he coming home from school? God damn."
Yeah, this is like one of those conversations where I feel like the tone of it changes depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Because some people will never be able to see the good in things because of like something bad that also came from that.
Yeah.
And so it's like someone who like lost someone to because of the COVID, they'll always forever think that everything that happened during COVID was bad. So like, you know, I've had people in my life get COVID, and my grandmother had COVID. My grandma ultimately died from cancer. She had COVID, she beat COVID, and then died. The cancer took her out. But like, you know, I was miserable for a lot of the pandemic, and I'm still dealing with the after effects of that now. The pandemic's never gonna be fucking over.
Yeah.
We'll be honest. Like, let's be real.
I mean, eventually, we'll get back
like
to something different, but it'll never be normal.
But you'll never, because there'll always be another booster, and then people are always going to want to talk about the mask, because, like, if there's always going to be a booster, it's never over.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just got to, like, learn to, like, accept and move on, or, like, whatever. But I'm not here to preach about that. But it's like you're saying, man, like, I got some good out of the pandemic, too, you know? Like, so it's like, I try to not wallow so much in the bad, but, like, appreciate the good.
Yeah, like I try to look at like the positive things about all this shit. But like, to be honest, like if I would be negative for once, like I don't like working from home that much. Like I have no separation in my life. The same place I wash dishes and wipe my ass is the same place I work in.
I wipe my ass at work though.
That's been the criticism I've heard from people who don't like it, and I get it.
Yeah.
you know, I can see it, because like I understand, because when I'm upstairs, it feels like that.
Yeah.
When I come down here, it feels like I left work.
Yeah, like I've been doing like it's kind of difficult because like luckily with the kids being in school, I can break up my day a little bit more. Like I got this goal to meet because I have to go get my son at this time. But like as a person, like I miss having adult time with my friends. I miss like bullshitting with y'all during the day, or like I don't know. I just kind of feel like that's the bad part, and that's a very small bad part of it, because like coming up here, it's gonna start snowing, and I'm glad that I don't have to trek around in it.
That was the kind of shit that used to make me want to quit.
Yeah,
Was going down the flats and then having to walk up to work in the snow when it's 0 degrees outside and 25-mile-per-hour winds are hitting you in the face off of the fucking river. And I broke one night. I was leaving the office. It was 6 o'clock. It was pitch black outside. There was not a soul around because everyone else left earlier. And I'm walking to my car all alone in the fucking cold, and the winds hit me and the snow's busting around. And I'm just like, fuck this. I don't make enough to be this miserable.
yeah.
Well, pandemic kind of
Choke up on it, baby.
Choke up on it, baby.
the pandemic did kind of inspire this whole big change. You know, realizing life is short and seeing people lose people.
I think like this would be better for you if your kids were older.
I don't think so.
This is a time where, one, they truly will appreciate it more. Two, they'll learn from it. And three, you got a little more control. Because I could not take my teenagers into this shit because then they out in the world doing dumb shit with dumb motherfuckers who they don't, you know what I'm saying, who they don't even know. You have a little more say over that, a little more watch over them, a little more, you know, keep it to you. My mom was like, so when I told her, she's like, oh my God, they doing it while the babies are still young. That is so wonderful. She's so hyped for you. And so it's like, it is.
Tell her thank you.
I got you, baby. Yeah. And so I just, you see it as this is a challenge because you got 4 motherfucking kids. But whereas I like, it's like, this is a blessing for them 4 kids.
Yeah, because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and it always seemed like to me that like the people who end up doing like fucking great in life, doing like shit that like, oh, this person is a director or like a highly creative person, is growing up the way your kids are about to grow up. Like that, who has a cool story and a cool background. Like, no, we didn't live at, like, my parents decided like that we were going to see the world all together.
I guess one thing that I didn't consider initially was the fact that your children were already living life unconventionally anyway.
Yeah.
So this is just to them another fucking thing that you're doing. Whereas like if it was 4 kids who were like in a routine of going to school and interacting with other children every day, and you know, like they had that kind of routine, taking them away from that and then removing them from everybody. I mean, you gotta see people, but it's not gonna be like, oh, we get up every day and I get to go see Jeremy at school and hang out with him, and then I come home. You know, it's like they're literally around the same 4 kids around each other every day, and it's just those 4 kids. You know, so I guess that regard, this will make it an easier transition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've been making friends at some of these campsites, and you know, I try to say like, hey, you know, don't get too close. And
No. But see, that's kind of the dopeness of it. It's like each week a new friend.
Yeah.
And maybe if
I just said
depending
no,
on what they do.
physically don't get too
Oh
close.
yeah, for sure. It's pandemic times, motherfucker. Don't
So-
bring home no disease to me. But what I mean is like you also like maybe if they're just on the road for a moment, hey, you know what? Maybe I can send you a postcard next time.
now I was just about to say you need to set up email addresses for all the kids.
That's a good idea.
And not only that, like, so, I've been thinking about this idea too. So you set up all them email addresses, all of them, and then, you know, take pictures and write little things and send it to that email address. And so when they get older, they'll get to see everything that happened along these weeks and these months and these years that happened at that time when they were adults.
You ever consider a website for yourself? They're not too challenging to put together and pay for. And you could like our website has I pay for every year a mailbox. And so, you know what I'm saying, and we have, and oddly enough, we could have multiple mailboxes if I were so inclined. But it's a part of the package that I pay for every year. And a just a one-off kind of random our website situation, it's not super pricey. Like our website is and that's because I pay for a mailbox every year. I think we do like 60, 65, 70 a year. It's not too terrible, and it has never really snuck up on me or like
For the price of a cup of soup a day.
good soup.
Maybe you just need to monetize your children and make an Instagram account.
They are cute. I think people would pay to see them do cute things. Especially Zoe. He's got charm.
He is a little charming little so and so.
Yeah, I mean, like you can make an Instagram account. You can call it like the Journey or some shit like that, and you know that way.
Can't say that out loud, now can you?
You can call it the Sword Beep Journey.
There you go.
You know, like I think his name's on his Instagram that we advertise every single show. But you know, like if you're gonna like take the mementos like and save them anyway, you know.
Fresh and full of life? Oh no, that's Mentos. Sorry.
Because like that's what Anthony does. He takes all these videos of his kids and these little photos and puts them on Instagram. And it's like a fucking keepsake time capsule thing.
I do. I don't post as much as I used to.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, you know, you
I don't
make
think you've
a
ever
whole new
posted a lot.
account for this specific journey. You name it something, and then you try and like post shit. So it's like you get the time capsule portion, but then maybe you can get a sponsor to want to send you some spoons and have you like put up a hashtag ad or some shit.
I think that would be dope.
Like send you like a life straw for a stream, you know.
Y'all got life straws?
We got life.
I knew that.
We got the life things.
Yeah, so
The ad really spoke to my wife.
I know.
I'm an indigenous person, and I think you should drink from Mother Earth. And I got
Yeah, seeing this could have been a
Filters.
hashtag ad. You could have got paid $3,000 to peddle some life straws.
I know you guys have been trying to keep it light and try to get rid of some things, but what's like a cool thing you bought for this journey?
excuse me.
Besides like the
The
actual,
actual RV. Yeah.
See, this is why, like, part of it too. Why I didn't want to get you any material thing, because I didn't like. I knew you, your wife, and you spent so much time decluttering that I didn't want to be like, hey, here's something that I don't know if you actually want to take on your journey.
yeah, that's why I got you that beer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because we all kind of talked about this, behind your back. And
I don't know if that's the right way to
Is that
put
the
it.
phrasing you want to go with? Phrasing?
Yeah, we did that shit behind your back, motherfucker.
we talked about this while excluding you from the conversation.
Dan always knows how to put in that salt in the wound.
But no, because you don't fucking talk about a surprise gift with the guy who's getting the surprise gift.
I mean,
I'm not making it seem like we're talking shit behind his back. I'm saying,
yeah, but literally when you say you talk behind somebody's back, that's literally the
we planned this entire day behind his
we
back.
playing this behind the day behind your back. We got a dead hooker in the truck of your car.
So it was a Saigon whore that bit my nose off.
Where'd that come from?
You never
Dirty
seen that
work.
movie?
Dirty work?
Dirty Laura McDonald and
Yeah.
Artie Lang.
And then
Oh.
they put all the dead. They hired all the hookers and to go into the trunks of the car. So when the guy did the live commercial and like they opened up the trunks, Norm Macdonald ran up on stage and was like, "Oh, why there's so many dead hookers in all these trunks?
I've seen
so
dirty
dead
work
hookers
before,
in my
but I literally
I've never seen so many dead hookers in all my life."
I legitly haven't seen that movie in at least 20 years. I seen it when it came out. Fuck Artie Lang.
What do you do?
He a fucking racist.
Oh shit, he is.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I'm not as shocked as I should be.
It's
Was,
okay.
was this on like Howard Stern or was this like post like
Wait,
Drug
every
Clarity
time
or
there's
like
a-
what are we talking?
Yeah, like
Every time
after
they have a Hispanic guest on, when Artie was when I was listening, when on terrestrial radio, he would do the Mexican accent, like interrupting the guest. Like, come on, man! It was funny. It was funny first couple minutes. Now you're just doing it the whole time.
yeah, it was like it was after Stern. I don't know how after Stern. It seemed. Never mind. Let's not talk about what product did you buy that you felt like
Oh,
it.
I like the tire inflator.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. It's been useful for the bikes too.
Oh, this is like an electric bump or
Yeah,
something.
it's like a
Like a drill?
miniaturized thing, version of the Gitgo thing. You set the PSIs, and it'll fill it up to that spot and stop.
Is it like kind of tiny?
Yeah,
We had
plug
one
it
one
into your-
time, and you gotta be careful, man, because like the cheap ones, they fucking break when you try to inflate something so big. Like, hopefully, you got like a decent one. I don't know, because like we had like a little blue one that was in like a nondescript box from like a Chinese shipment or some
well,
shit.
we're on our second one. We had to replace the first
Yeah,
one.
see,
return it
it's like
because it was
the cheap
filling up
ones,
the
man.
tires.
It's like you try and inflate something heavy, and they don't fucking have enough power to push the air in and handle the pressure pushing back, and they fucking break.
Oh.
Damn, with that action figure knowledge again.
Yeah, kung fu grip on that shit.
I love it. I had a story I wanted to do, a news story, but I think I more want to
I
read the
have a
headline.
question.
But go for it while I look the story up.
Do you have anything that you plan to do at each location? Like, do you have like a memento you want to get or anything like? Because like my mom, when she my mom don't travel, but whenever other people travel, she always wanted like me to bring a magnet home, or my stepdad always wanted a shot glass, shit like that. Or you got like, like you want to steal a leaf from a tree or something like that,
The zoo
Razor
pennies.
leaf.
The zoo pennies.
Oh, like what you put them in the machine and mash them
Yeah.
to get the logo and shit.
Bro, that'd be a dope little collection. All those like little penny machines.
Yeah.
They cost
We
you
lost
50.
the Cincinnati one though.
50
Fuck you, we're
52
going
cents
back
to
and getting.
I used to have a
Fiona
bunch
again.
of them from Jogga Leg.
Man, if you find any of those, I would pay you top dollar for one. Like,
They may be in the boxes that are upstairs that
I
got
hope
delivered to my
so.
house today. 'Cause
Like-
what I did was, when you put like the quarter into the vending machines and get the little capsules with the toy in them, I would keep the capsule and I would put the pennies in the capsule.
that's smart as fuck. Like when we were in Chicago, like I made sure I brought a bunch of chains with me. Like I went fucking ham on those machines.
So I was when we went to Willis Tower. They got one of those old school machines that do the wax pressing. Y'all remember those? I don't know if there's some shit y'all had.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, so
Yeah, they had them in Chicago.
when I was little at the Memphis Zoo, they had a machine where you go put $1 in, it would come through and it would like push you pick a shape, gorilla, elephant, whatever, and push together. And it would make you a wax or plasticine
Yeah.
mold of that, and you would get a dope little figure. And at Willis Tower in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, tallest building in Chicago, I had a Willis Tower. It sat on my desk at work unimpeded forever, but in the transition from work to home, it got broke somehow.
Oh, man.
And we going to Chicago here in a couple of weeks. Don't worry, I might get a new one. And so
You guys should have waited until it was warm. We're going to Chicago eventually.
We had no choice on the weekend at which we went.
Yeah, we're going with the intention of Chalfie's going to C2E2, which is a Chicago convention of some sort. He's going to be there a weekend, and we were like, okay. I was like, well, Chalfie gonna be that close, I gotta go. And I talked to these guys, and they was like, yeah, we're down the ride, so we're going. So, but anything, I can make another one. Plus, Chicago close enough, I can make that happen. But I like the ideal of city specific, town specific, whatever souvenirs. But
Yeah,
also,
good idea.
y'all have to live light because you're in a contained space. So it's like, how much of that can you do?
We got room for pennies.
Yeah, with pennies, that's a dope
Well,
idea.
Yeah, but you can't, don't bring home, life size statues of the Willis Tower in Chicago.
Yeah, I got a pterodactyl and a T-Rex pressed. I wish Cleveland had that kind of thing.
I
They had it in
remember
the Cleveland Zoo.
when I smelled.
No, the things T talking about.
Oh no, I know.
When I smelled it at Willis Tower, I was immediately snatched back many a decade to the Memphis Zoo, and it was so scent memory is to
Yeah.
sense memory, and I was just like, this is crazy. It smelled hot and it smelled plasticky and waxy, and it just
Yeah,
so
it's kind of fucked up when it come out hey, grab this hot ass thing that just melted that you supposed to get to your kids.
What they always say, like they always say, it says on the machine to wait a little bit before you go and get it out. But how children are. They're like, I got to get it, I got to have it. And
Yeah,
now,
I mean, didn't that bitch fall out like?
now you've melted your thumbprint in this motherfucker.
No, yeah, definitely.
This is a headline. I'm not gonna get too deep in the story, but I always like to give
Headline.
I always like to give you, the listener, a bit of Ohio news, and in this case,
I'm gonna close my eyes.
it's very important to we because of where we live, and this is Bibb kicks the shit out of Kelly, will become Cleveland's next mayor.
I can't punch that up. That's a pretty good headline.
It's by Sam Allard over at Cleveland Scene, and it's just talking about Justin Bibb, 34, who was just voted to be the next mayor of the great city of Cleveland, Ohio. Black man, I want you to know that. So
Black kid mayor does good.
I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of political nonsense in this, but it's gonna be real tight and real quick. I want to put a little something on you. If you listen to the media last week after the election, the Democrats are in the worst shape ever and will never ever be able to win another election because they lost the state of Virginia. But if you look at the big picture, black man became the mayor of a young black man became the mayor of this great city, Cleveland, Ohio. Pittsburgh, for the first time ever, has a black man who's become mayor.
Leicester City.
A lesser city, indeed. An Asian woman became the mayor of Boston, first time ever.
Nice. Fuck you, Wahlberg.
Though Minnesota didn't vote to get rid of policing, Austin did vote to basically defund the police. They not really, but
Not to add more funds to the police.
Yeah.
Like Austin, Texas?
Yes.
That
Austin.
one shocks me.
No.
But then again, most of them are walking around with their own guns.
It's
So
a pretty liberal city of
Yeah.
a liberal bastion within the Texas.
If you are of left of center, and even though Box every now and again swears he's a little right, he's just not. What it is Box is a little more live and let live, and that I don't think makes you.
what it is
right-wing.
sometimes I have opinions, and I keep them to myself. So people think that I don't think right thoughts sometimes. When I do, I just don't feel like fighting about it.
I told you guys I'm very conservative when it comes to eminent domain.
Sure. I don't recall this conversation.
Are you trying to take my house from me right now?
No, I'm against that. That's why I'm very conservative on eminent domain.
Yeah, you like to think they are too, but they're just not. Because as it turns out, all those people who are really conservative about all this shit, turns out they're not.
Well, I'm not quote conservative. I'm actually what the word was intended to mean.
Yeah. So we had a better week than you think we did because the media has just decided they're gonna shit all over us for whatever. The infrastructure bill got passed with as much cross pollination as we can currently get. You know what I'm saying? So a bipartisan as much bipartisan support as one could hope to get for a bill of that magnitude. One of the biggest bills ever passed, and it means a lot because it means your bridges are going to be fixed, your roads are going to be fixed. It means trains are going to run a little better in this country, which we need, as you know, my
When
man.
the fuck we gonna get that
Anthony.
bullet train?
Yeah. I want that
Monorail.
It has been my dream since I first heard about it forever ago of the whole Chicago line. They're supposed to make a line that would basically bounce Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati all together to a line that eventually just connects to a straight shot to Chicago. And it's it's been like I said, they've been talking about it forever. Like this works
Like
if we do
decades.
this, yeah. And some of that money is in this this.
Because wasn't the thought that the one like the train from Chicago to Cleveland will also go like Pittsburgh and New York or something?
Yeah. So some of this infrastructure money does indeed include the rail service. So we hope to see it. You hope to see some transition stuff. It's been a good week. It's been a better week than television would let you know, and that's because it pays to look like shit looks shitty on one side or other, or that there's fighting going on, when in reality it's just not. Because guess what? This bill passed with not necessarily overwhelming bipartisan support, but bipartisan support nonetheless, which means people can work across the aisle, even though even though you'd be led to believe that's impossible, and it's not. And I think that's something we can celebrate as people. Like I said, I like that headline. That's the only reason I wanted to read it. I didn't want to get delve into the story so much. Dope. Respect due to Mike Bibb. I'm glad he won. I believe that was you and your wife's candidate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like not to put y'all voting record out there, but I remember. you
It's
telling me
already
that.
out there.
Yeah. So that's been hype, man.
I didn't really like follow any of that shit for the most part because like, well, I don't live in Cleveland.
It is the it's the head of the convoy that leads this region.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to look out for it.
I get that.
Yeah.
My point was I didn't like look into any of that. I didn't follow it like 'cause I wasn't voting in it.
Yeah.
But like the little bit that kind of trickled into my feed, like before the voting had happened, was like it was some sort of positive outlook for the white guy, and then they were talking about the guy who ultimately won. It was like he skipped 60% of his RTA meetings or some shit like that. It was like. You tearing them down because he skipped a couple of town hall meetings about the buses? Like, what is this?
It's always interesting to see again who the media decides they are going to root for. And I'm like, you really was gonna root for this Kelly guy? Not that I'm not knocking the guy. I'm just like, of these two, yeah.
Kelly sent out an ad that made me want to vote for Bibb. It's like, Bibb is like a radical, and he wants to defund the police. I'm like, yeah, all right.
And our interesting, I'll call him, I'll word it that way to be a little bit more respectful, police chief, upon Bibb winning, was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and step down now. Yeah. Because he knew, because Bibb said, look, as soon as this is a done deal, and that's in January when he gets inaugurated, I was going to ask him to step down anyway, so he just did it early. So, like, look, going to Florida. Apparently, they're hiring cops who don't want to get vaccines. So, it's popping in the great state of Ohio right now.
Florida.
Right now, we are doing our congressional district drawings, and turns out Mike DeWine, not your happy-go-lucky grandpa when he wants to fucking jack up and gerrymander your state. But whatever, man. Can't trip off of that. And again, I've told you I wasn't trying to delve too deep into this shit. I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about Cleveland because I always try to sprinkle a little bit of Cleveland into it. And I've been told multiple times by people that they love or enjoy us speaking about the city we call home.
Go Cavs.
Fuck
yes.
Yes.
So I mean, currently the city that makes us all, I mean, the team that makes us all cry is going through some tough times. But the team that brought us our most recent championship is out here doing the damn thing. All right, it's a good time.
At the time of this recording, they are a solid 6-4. Which, when I did my preseason prediction with my buddies, I gave them 23 wins. They're already almost a quarter of the way there.
All right.
And we're only 10 games in.
If the playoffs were to start today, we'd be the number 7 seed and actually that was the last I checked.
Well, that means we'd have to do the play-in game thing now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
1 through 6 automatically get in.
Yeah.
7, 8 have to play 9 and 10. And then it's
That
like
sounds like that old joke. Why 6 afraid of 7?
Yeah, 7, 8, 9.
Well, I actually want to double check that because lost. The Knicks put a hurting on.
I like that
the champs
we're
last
doing
night.
playoff scenarios in the first 2 weeks of the season.
I like to think about it. Currently, yes, we still are at number 7. If the like I said in the conference.
Yeah, it's still so early and shit that you could win one night and then lose the next night and drop from 5 to 11. You can't be getting excited about shit like that right now.
The current NBA champs are 4-5 right now.
That's what I miss about the reading the Pain Dealer every day. I didn't get to follow every single basketball team, but they had all the lists. I'm like, oh, the Lakers lost last night. I used to love doing that every day.
I keep that grid up. I'll be on it, man. So
It's on the internet.
Fuck the internet. I'm a newspaper man.
it's been dope to see the Cleveland Cavaliers win against teams where people were like, really?
That's the thing, about their success early on this year.
Yeah.
It's only one game, I think, was against a team that didn't make the playoffs or the play-in games shit last year.
Yeah.
So literally every team they played last year, from this season and from last year, was good.
Yeah. So we've been playing some contenders in normal years, and playing the damn thing. It's been real good to see that of us, man. We are a very, very, very young team. We're like the opposite of the Lakers, in fact. You know what I'm saying?
Our starting lineup's average age, I believe, is 22.
Yeah.
Oh, it's young.
Just a bunch of kids out there having a whole lot of fun. It's fun to watch them play. Who that big white boy, big tall motherfucker?
Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, that dude. He's a delight. It's been real fun to kind of watch him.
I like
fuck around.
Jared Allen a lot.
Yeah.
Our starting center.
Yeah.
The kid we drafted number 3 is becoming everything I thought he would be, and his ceiling has still got plenty to grow.
Yeah.
Darius Garland is finally starting to live up to his potential from when we drafted him 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And Colin Sexton's here too.
Young bull, man. Fuck with it. I know what he's not.
I'm hoping for the best for the young bull. I don't think that much of him as much as other people might.
Yeah.
But
There
he's
goes
on our team.
There goes that right view again.
It's okay. It's okay that you.
He's a
that,
cuck.
No, I think that our team would be a little bit better if maybe we found someone with some better ball handling and a little more height to play the 2 guard.
All right.
But
And
hey, he's on our team. He's trying. I'm over root for him.
that's how the city works, people. if you want to be here,
Yeah, you could suck ass, but as long as you're here trying, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But the moment that you tell me you want out of here, and I know I'm not going to go down this road.
Oh, we're not
You
walking there.
I'm just driving by the street.
yeah.
But
And
it's
honking.
Cleveland News.
But if you are I don't want to be here, anybody.
Well, bitch, leave.
Fuck, LeBron left twice, and I'm like, I look at that banner on my wall right behind T with that championship trophy, and I go, man, that's awesome. Thank you, LeBron. But then, the other hand, I go, man, motherfucker left twice. He used up all the resources we had, and then he dipped out twice. Especially after the second time when he fucking wrote a letter saying he won't go do that shit again, and then he did that shit again.
But you knew he was a scorpion when you took him across the river.
Exactly.
But
That's where my theory stands. Bitter exes can't complain, man. You knew when you took him across the river.
You knew what it was when you took him back, and what he had done before. At least
on,
this time,
baby.
he didn't take
this
us on
time.
Jerry Springer to fucking break up with us.
Yeah.
Unlike the first time. Goddamn, I'm still mad about that shit.
Man,
I'll never forget
I
where
own
I
those
was when
shoes
that
he had
happened.
on that time. I love those shoes.
It's all good.
At least his shirt was shitty that night. Coming in jeans and like a fucking looking like a picnic table.
I don't.
But yeah, Cavs. I haven't actually witnessed the game yet. I've been watching highlights and following along on like my phone, like on the scores and stuff. But yeah, man, I'm excited. Like they've actually got my attention. Like I used to go to games all the time, and I've been a Cavs fan since I was 5 years old. But like the last couple of years, man, after the finals runs we had, and I knew we were rebuilding, I didn't have it in me anymore to like put my heart and soul and every waking moment into a rebuild for another 5 years. I just kind of like followed along from the shadows.
Yeah.
That's all right. Hardcore fandom is exhausting. I was a hardcore fan for the Browns for so long, and staying for every game. And like the first time I left early for a game, I looked around. It's freezing cold. They were getting their ass kicked. I'm like, why are we still here? Let's just leave early.
I broke last Sunday, if I'm being honest. I was sick from the COVID booster I got. And then the Browns went out there and they fucking flopped against a team that had been beating our ass for the entire time I've been watching football. After we like thought we were finally on their level and all this shit, and then we go out there and we fucking lose to a guy who can't even move anymore. And like an offensive line, they're supposed to be like the worst in football, and we can't get to the quarterback who can't fucking run. And I'm just like, I was so like disgusted that in like my group chat,
Disgusted.
I said fuck the Browns, and my buddy was just like, we don't ever say that. No matter what happens, we never say fuck the Browns. And
Yes,
I
you
said
do.
fuck the Browns, and he goes, fuck you, and I'm like, fuck the Browns. And I was so angry that like he was trying to like sun me and put me in my place, and we don't do that. No, man, fuck them. They just shit on our faces again for the umpteenth time. How many fucking Sundays are we all gonna sit here and get our hopes up so these motherfuckers can go out here and just fucking shit on us? I'm like, fuck the Browns. And then like, like I said, part of it's because I was sick and I wasn't like he's like, are you sober right now? And I'm like, completely. I haven't had a
Completely
drop
sober.
of anything. I'm like, that fuck you Browns is from the heart. Because I finally snapped.
Felt
like
that.
I've been giving them the benefit of the doubt for 20 years. I get sick and like all this expectation, and you go out there and you score 10 points, lose. Come on now, you deserve a fuck you Browns. That don't mean I ain't gonna watch the game next week, but you've upset me. I've given you
You're on notice.
I've held it in for so long. I've given you everything. I've gone on road trips. Watch you. I've been to fucking, let's see.
I've been your lover and your secretary.
I've been to three Browns away games, and they fucking embarrassed me in Pittsburgh the first one. Barely beat a broken ass Cincinnati in the second one, and then I had to go to a fucking KC this year and watch them get fucking choke the game away in front of me. When the fucker dropped a punt, that was 10 rows in front of me. I watched that shit happen. Like I could have hit him with a rock.
I'm sorry.
And now I get to go to Green Bay on Christmas, and
How you gonna spend
fucking
your Christmas?
Yeah, but Green Bay's your team though, right?
I do like Green Bay. They're my B team. They're my.
All right. Well, now you've opened up.
And I've
the
always
door.
wanted to go to Lambeau. No, I am going to Green Bay on Christmas. I'm
Oh,
gonna
no,
be
I know.
watching.
You've opened up the door with talking about Green Bay. We're gonna clown Aaron Rodgers.
I don't really know anything about it.
I didn't listen to the interview. I read the quotes.
Yeah, that's as far as I go.
That's
like,
where he lost me.
That nigga's clown shoes, and that's all we need to really say about him. There you go.
Martin Luther King. said-
is he the one that's with Shannon Woodley?
Yes.
Yeah,
Who's Shannon Whitley.
she was from the what is that, Allegiant movies or whatever.
The TV show. Yeah.
I know she was in the Secret Life of a Pregnant Teenager.
Like when the Hunger Games was out, there was like the movie that was kind of like the Hunger Games, but it wasn't the Hunger
Oh
Games.
yeah, they had a slate of. They had the whole.
Like the last movie ended up being a TV show.
They were broken up into like groups, and they each had like a power or some shit. I think it was
She was a divergent.
Divergent. That's
yes.
it. Yeah, she was the Divergent bitch.
The Virgin bitch. Man, if that could be the title.
It'll be your backup title. That'll be the title you see.
You know that Divergent bitch. She diverged shit.
Yeah, like that's who he's engaged to. Which there's like a 10-year age gap between them or some shit.
10?
He went from
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn, who's like one of the
Hoping that she give me something.
documented one of the most freakiest people around, to the Divergent chick.
Man, I don't know if it was real or not.
Who could be hella freaky. I don't know, because I don't.
It was a picture
Divergent.
like that she had. It was what was that called? The Fappening. It was like a picture where it was like she had edited the picture and she was like, "I want you to put this here, here, and here." And
Oh, Olivia Munn?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like she sent instructions.
yes,
Or some Rosie Jones, man. Hoses.
and
That's the thing.
Now she with my boy John Mulaney.
Because when Olivia Munn, when that leaked, she was with the dude from Star Trek, right?
I don't know. Will Wheaton.
No, like, you know,
I think she was with Data.
like in the new Star Trek movies, the guy who played Will Shatner's character or whatever.
Chris Pine.
Yeah, she was with Chris Pine.
Oh, I know that.
And that's who the instructions were sent to.
I hope he tore it up.
I mean, they were together for like 2 or 3 years, I think.
The pussy up. You fine, but I ain't gonna sweat you.
Oh shit, y'all.
Whenever I think of Olivia Munn, I always think of that GIF on the internet with the person who's getting hit in the face with like the 10 hot dogs or whatever.
Yeah, from when she was on G4.
Yeah, G4 was the shit.
G4 is coming back this month on if you on terrestrial TV.
Yeah, Xavier Woods is hosting, right?
He is one of the many hosts.
That's another person. Whoever, when I see them, I think of their sex tape.
With that one chick from WWE, right?
Yeah.
It was a great tape. Solid tape, man.
Full disclosure, and I were talking. I'm sorry, Sword Beef and I were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
And because we were talking about how like sometimes things on the internet they get like scrubbed in a way and it's harder to find.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bet you I could find out with like 3 clicks. Took 2. And
And who did he have a sex tape with? Paige?
what it was they were in like the developmental area of WWE in Florida.
All right.
And Paige was dating a guy. He was a wrestler in developmental. He eventually became a referee. And apparently I don't know who initiated or all the details, all that. All I know is there was a 3-way dance that happened on camera that was clearly planned because there was the wide angle camera set up on the other side of the room. And then there was a hand cam that was getting passed between the parties. So this is the conversation I had with him that
Sharon
night.
is Karen.
I looked up the video to see if I could find it, but then I realized in playing the video that I had never watched the video in its entirety, and there was a lot more to the video than I originally had realized. And one, I wondered how does someone in that situation approach that conversation with like, hey, do you want to have sex with my girlfriend while I record it, and then you record me having sex with her at the, like, I'll do this together. 2, how does it when everyone else finds out about this? Because it made the internet. How do you go to work and like around the people that you all have been working with for years and be like, yeah, we did that one night.
Yeah, you're having a like people are having a conversation with her and going like, oh,
3.
I'm sorry, 3. How, if you've never done this before, do you find the inner strength to agree to hold the second cam to do the close-up shots of your buddy's dick going into his girlfriend? 4, who's editing the shit together that you needed those second camera shots? Who needed the B-roll?
First,
it's not inner strength. It's something he
Choke
wanted
on,
to
baby.
do. I was choked up on it the whole time waiting to say my turn. Right.
Now, before we break it down,
okay.
I just wanted to
I'll just
say
wait.
the premise of this for me was that I have a hard time being able to look at that person now for the rest of my life and not think about that event.
I saw you self-thumping on your ass.
What?
Yes, she's like, yeah, you're looking at her and going like, yeah.
Well, no, when I look at Xavier Woods now, who's gone on to have a very successful wrestling career, created a widely popular gaming YouTube channel, now will be hosting G4. If I turned on G4 and saw him hosting, my brain immediately goes to, hey, you banged that woman with her boyfriend. It doesn't go to, hey, you're doing a great job on this TV show. It goes immediately to, I've seen your ass banging that chick while then she also banged her boyfriend.
Well, he's a man of many talents.
Yeah, like I don't know, how do I say this without this? Like, when you're in a situation similar to that, like, it definitely goes off a vibe, and you're not thinking about like, oh, I'm like, it's not really talked about. You just get into it and like, I don't know.
Flow?
Yeah, you ever play like a really good game of basketball, and it's kind of like
You're just hitting all the shots.
just hitting all the shots,
yeah.
passing it. Like,
It's an amazing feeling when like you're on autopilot.
Yes.
And shit's just going.
yes,
Like when I remember driving the lane with my left hand.
yeah, you
step
just driving
back,
that lane.
Step back,
You step in the back,
jumper wet,
everything's
Amongst
wet.
other things.
Yeah, you just don't think
fucking-
about it.
You hit the hole like with precision.
No, he has presented some interesting questions though. Out of all the people to approach, how did they know he wouldn't be like, you see what these
Yeah, like was it
you
like they were
motherfuckers telling me?
When you're in a space with somebody and it's like bored all day and it's just like in a space, like, especially when you're young, like,
full disclosure, I do know someone who them and their girlfriend, their thing is to have people fuck the girlfriend.
Not the yuck, someone's yum.
I mean,
So I know that like these people exist. It's not like
yeah, it's super cool when you're the third person. That's why he probably is able to.
Yeah, he gets to separate himself almost fully from it. They were in a relationship. He was a dude. I'm here to fuck this pretty British chick.
Yeah, like it's
Like they're sitting around bored, like, yeah, man.
British.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's go have sex with my girlfriend.
Yes, especially depending on what level of anything they are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little drunk, maybe a little stoned. Like that is an ideal, sir. Capital ideal. Capital.
And he's like, are you... If the guy's like upset and like, are you serious? I'm shocked right now. You go, I'm just fucking with you. And then you can walk it off.
that's right. You are fucking with me. Let's go.
You could be.
Yeah, I just kind
I'm
of feel
just
like
kidding. Unless you
I
wanna
kind of
do
feel
it.
like
just
I
kidding,
don't-
like Jason. That you gonna do it.
I remember as a young guy, I just remember so many opportunities. I was like, no, that's gross. And this has been sometimes I'm like, hey, why not? We're young. Let's go see what this what that young lady's mouth is about.
We are young.
I don't know if like I should necessarily tell. I'll remove names and
Sanitize
whatnot.
it as you need to. Yeah.
So, not to put someone's business out there, but I will say this: I was told that this couple approached this person with the query of, "Hey, do you want to bang my girlfriend?" Said person took them up on the offer, having never done such a action before, and after said action had immense guilt to the point where they ghosted their friend for 2 years because they didn't want to live with the truth of what they had done.
Wow.
The truth.
When I approach a motherfucking whack nigga.
But that's what I
Shoot
said.
his dogs,
What
but
I
can't
mean
spit
is, not everyone is built for
Yeah.
something and they don't realize it until they already are in the shit.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's the kind of thing. And just my opinion, just my humble opinion. Like, you're not built for it before you go into it. Like, I remember one night.
What you're saying? This person was a rookie, and being a rookie, they were like, "Well, this is a good chance to you know what I'm saying, get out of my rookiness," and why not? You know what I'm saying? They took a chance, like my man hitting the road here. They was like they convinced themselves to take this chance, and yes, it probably the results were, of course, a resulting 2 years of guilt, but for one night.
Yeah, he still.
One magical night.
I'm sure he still came. I remember a friend of mine was like, called me up like, look, there's this house full of women right now. You want to just come strip there? I was like, sure, why not? I don't care. And it was a fun experience.
Please tell me you were in your Wendy's uniform.
I was not in a Wendy's uniform. I was working out where we work at now.
Are we going to see you on a Dancing Bear site?
It might be. I don't think there was any cameras there, but like, it was funny at first. I walk in, and then like they're all like all these women are like inebriated, pretty much having fun, and then things happen, and it was a great time, and I'm glad I was young and I did it.
I think like in a situation like that, like you didn't know any of the women, right?
Nope.
So like yeah,
I still probably know some of them. Like it's funny seeing some of those women around town now.
But that's the thing, like you were detached.
I wasn't detached really because like I still lived in that neighborhood, and like after it was kind of like what kind of like remember the first time you bought your car, and then after that you see that like it's in your mind you see them like oh I noticed that now I see it you see it more. Mm-hmm. It was like after that.
I mean, I bought a pretty plain car. I bought an Altima. Like Altimas are everywhere.
Okay, but before that, did you notice Altimas?
I do.
Yeah,
I do notice RVs more.
I'm not
now
trying
that
to
I have an
disprove
RV.
your argument, but yeah.
Yeah, like I see Tiguan's all the time now, and like I know my particular color of my car is rare, but I see it once a day now. It's like when I go out, I'll see another.
Yeah, your shit looks like a blood orange almost.
It's habanero orange.
That makes more sense than what I just said. What I said would have been darker. You're right.
Yeah, and like, I mean, it's a particular color. Like they only makes. Never mind. But the point is, like after that, I start seeing those women all the time. Like one was a bartender at a bar that I went to a lot, and one was a teacher in a store like I went to a lot in my neighborhood. So it's just like after that point, I seen them a lot.
Yeah, like you see them, but like, what if like one of them was dating your friend who you've been friends with for 20 years, who calls you every day to talk about their day?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just a different kind of person. Like, I don't step into situations or do things that like I wouldn't want to do. I would have if I feel hesitant about it. I'm like,
I think though that's the point though. Is like you know beforehand if you want to do it because you've thought like about how you feel about it. The other person, I think, doesn't think about how they feel about it until they've already fucking done it.
Yeah, that like I said, that's a different breed of person.
The same person has a similar story about a hooker. They had sex with a hooker, and they found out, they thought going into it that it would be fun and whatever, until they realized that the person having sex with them was only having sex with them because of the money, and they didn't actually want to have sex with them. But that's the premise of it. But that's what my point is. This person doesn't think about this shit before they go into it. They just think about, oh, this could be fun, and then reality fucking hits them after the fact, and then they were fucking, oh, what did I do?
I mean, I'm not trying to say anything about. I don't know this person, but that person seems to, Well, that person seems delusional to me, because like. For you to think like right off the bat like a hooker's gonna enjoy being
Woman? Yeah, it's not Pretty Woman.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not even that you think that they're going to enjoy it. It's you don't even consider the possibility that they won't.
no, they don't. Like most of the time,
Exactly.
they don't.
They're doing it because they have to.
Yes.
Because not because they want to.
Yeah, they're doing like if I go to McDonald's and I think that person actually wants to give me a burger, they give not a fuck about me. They don't care if
That's
I
how
enjoy
I feel at my job.
Yeah, like I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't know. I was raised by a person who told me right off the bat, like, you're special to me. That's it.
Yeah, the rest of the world don't give a fuck
That
about
nobody else cares about me. And then the other person that was sitting next to her was like, yeah, Anthony, like, don't care about you. All right. Whatever your mama said. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm like you guys like me. I don't feel like I'm special beyond that. Like somebody who I'm paying for a service doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's delusional.
I feel like you go in that heads high, eyes open. You know what I'm saying? That's the way to do it. You know what I'm
He
saying?
didn't go with his eyes open. He didn't go clear.
It was just an interesting
Was it clear eyes?
reaction
Hearts open
from
can't
someone that I know is like hooked up with people off dating sites and shit, and then never talked to him again. So like, I guess it's just in those situations, the other person was like a willing participant. So like, it was a different, but like, either way, you're having sex and never talking to the person again.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess like the way they described it was that it made it feel like kind of rapey, and that like it wasn't rape, obviously.
I understand
but it
that.
like that like coldness and lack of like willingness kind of took away from the experience and made it feel like
yeah,
She did a
but
bad job of making him feel loved.
yeah, but at the same time, like,
For the sex, you go there for the.
from what he
the
told me,
customer
it
service
was a
experience.
bargain. So
and that's what makes it even worse. Like when
Don't
you
go to Save a Lot.
when you go for a different experience, like yeah, especially if you're not paying for the experience you want, like it's the difference between paying for the experience you want and paying for the experience you get.
yeah, let's just say from what I was told it costs, I've spent 3 times as much on lap dances before in an evening.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's the difference between like what's called a girlfriend experience and just busting a nut and that's it. Wow,
I feel like it's
weird.
someone who doesn't know how to price their product, right?
This is blue magic.
I stand by it.
I stand by.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just. I mean, that just seems kind of weird to me, especially the fact that you said that this person, which I pretty much figured out who it is, would pretty much ghost people on sites and stuff, and then don't realize that that going to McDonald's, that after you say you don't want the receipt, it's crumbled and thrown in the trash. That's weird.
They should just not print it. What a waste of paper.
Well, sometimes they want you to do the survey to let you know if they did a great job.
No, they don't care.
I don't think I've ever. I may have done that one time.
You get a free burger.
That's just the way
From
you're trying
where?
to get me to go back.
From where do you get a free burger at when you do the survey?
Burger King will give you a free Whopper.
Fuck burger.
Each week we walk on over.
Right before that, are you guys gonna try the McVeggie when it comes out?
I don't know if they know about it. It's a story that Anthony sent me, but because, like I said,
He told me about it the other day. I said I would try it for prosperity.
Yes, because it's one of the things I miss the most in this life is McDonald's double cheeseburger. I ate the shit out of even at that point when I wasn't eating red meat. When my wife was pregnant with my son, all she was fucking up was McDonald's double cheeseburgers, and my fat co-pregnant ass was with her doing the same thing. Like, these bitches are so good. You right?
You've told that story many times, and it hurts my feelings every time.
Sorry, bro.
Because like you're my one person. I'm like, he don't eat beef neither.
I mean, I only did it during
It was 20 years ago.
What do you tell people you haven't had red meat since?
He don't say.
Because you always said
I hadn't eaten swine. I hadn't eaten swine since '92.
Oh, that's the line. No, because I've heard him say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No swine in
Yeah.
No red meat in 18 years.
T is definitely.
No, well, that's a lie. Because when you first
You tried
smoke
like
your
steak
brisket,
from or something.
when you smoke your brisket here in this
Yeah.
house, I did try a little nibble of that shit, and fantastic.
T is definitely the Pete Rose of this podcast.
I cheat. I bet on my own team.
No, just the asterisks, like, or you can be what's the black dude? You can be the Barry Bonds. T the Barry Bonds of podcasting.
I fuck with it, man. But every week, we walk this walk on down to the mean streets of Reddit, And we asked these motherfuckers, am I the asshole? Dan sent us one about a week ago.
About a week ago.
So,
A week ago.
This one, it might be a guarantee, but I'm still going to read it out loud. So we're going to run down the line, going to give you guys a few examples, a few suggestions, and you tell me which ones you want. Starting with the one Dan sent us. Am I the asshole for getting my wife a penis-shaped cake?
Oh,
I remember being interested in this one, and I was like, I wonder if they're going to pick it.
Am I the asshole for using the $200 credit from my landlord to replace my broken dishes? That one's more interesting than you think it is because there's roommates involved. I'll let you know that. Am I the asshole for unintentionally making a girl admit that she does not have a boyfriend? Am I the asshole for not giving my employees a bonus despite all he's done for me?
ooh.
Am I the asshole for buying my nephew a PlayStation 5? Am I the asshole for saying no to holiday dinners? Am I the asshole for not giving my daughter money for her field trip? Would I be the asshole for using my legal name? Hint, this gentleman's legal name is Optimus Prime.
Oh my gosh.
And am I the asshole for losing weight before my sister's wedding?
I don't understand how you would be.
Taking the attention off of the bride.
Oh.
Yeah, you get to pick, Gabe.
There's some tough ones. Well, I think we should all pick one where you get an hour back, so we can have extra long recording.
We cannot.
Yeah, that's why I gave you that soda so you can perk up. You were fading fast,
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry.
No, what do you mean sorry?
I had half calf this morning. My wife wanted me to make half calf.
I don't not know what that is, but
Half caffeinated. It's half the amount of caffeine that I usually get. I think I'm addicted to caffeine. I just submitted it on this show.
I'm a dick.
If you could just
I'm
pick out that asshole so I can
addicted
start
to
reading that shit, it'd be
you.
real dope, bro.
Okay.
I want to hear the Optimus Prime one.
All right, the Optimus Prime one and the penis shake cake.
Now before you start the penis shaped cake one, is this the episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm? And am I the asshole for him? Because that was an episode about the penis shaped cake.
Let us find out. Am I the asshole for getting my wife a
Wait, we gotta guess
penis-shaped cake?
You gotta guess first. Yes.
Not the asshole. No.
I'm gonna go with yes. I haven't read it, by the way. I didn't read it before I sent it, so I have no idea.
Throwaway because my wife uses Reddit. I, 34 male, was gearing up to celebrate my 10th anniversary with my wife, 31 female. I had an entire night planned out, like we were going to be trying lobsters for the first time. Where the conflict arises was with the cake. I had always wanted to do a penis-shaped cake since I thought it was funny, but I don't know how my wife would react. However, since it was our 10th anniversary, I figured she would be used to my crude sense of humor. I went ahead and got the cake a couple of days in advance and put it in our fridge. However, my wife snuck a peek and was not pleased. She got really mad at me and accused me of trying to ruin our special night. I thought that was ridiculous, but she's been mad at me ever since. Apparently, she spoke with her family about it, and they've been blowing up my phone ever since. They're conservative, mostly Mormons.
Oh, wow.
I still don't think I did anything wrong by trying to do something nice for her, but I realize I might be the asshole because I haven't offered to get another cake yet, since the mood is kind of ruined.
Was the cake black?
For the record, Reddit thinks this person is an asshole. From just what I have there, Anthony spoke about this recently, how it's also your anniversary. Mm-hmm. And it's okay for you to celebrate your anniversary how you want to, and you thought a penis cake would be fun. That means you're not the asshole in this situation, in my opinion. You are a silly, silly, silly knucklehead who did some silly shit, but it does not rise to the level of asshole.
And not only that, like I kind of feel like the first part of a problem, if it arises, is between the people that the problem's with. You ever call your family because I bought a penis cake? Once I cut that shit, you don't know it's a penis cake.
Depending
Yeah,
on
really,
how,
it's not like
depending how I
Well,
cut it.
that
Yeah.
and like the shape of the cake don't mean it tastes like penis.
Yeah, no.
And penis flavor, if it's if it's clean, I'm sure it's a honestly it might be not a bad flavor.
Okay. So we have a couple of glow in the dark ones here. Couple back to back, as you can see. That one's yellow. I've never seen that happen before. And of course, the glow in the dark red version, which is the one we normally do see. So
Yellow version is pissed.
Let's start with the PS version that has 37 awards.
Oh shit.
The one that follows it, that there's also glow in the dark, has 6 awards.
Okay.
Hello, from a conservative Mormon. I have a great sense of humor, and lots of people I know from the church do too. But it's your anniversary. You said yourself you didn't know how she'd react. So pick a random day to penis cake surprise her, not your 10th anniversary. I can understand why she's upset. Go get a new cake, or the only one eating dick on your special day will be you. You're the asshole. Edit.
Okay.
Thank you for all the awards. That was very unexpected. I'm new to Reddit and enjoying reading, but barely comment. But I had to when I saw this one. I love the post with updates, so hopefully the OP doesn't hate us all too much and tells us what he ended up doing with the cake. Did he eat all by himself? Ding dong ditched it on a neighbor's porch? Brought it to work and left it in the break room for HR to freak out. In the end, I hope you and your wife have a happy anniversary and many good years ahead. Just don't surprise her with another anatomy cake. Sincerely, me and 25,000 other people.
We lovingly caressed
so
it until the buttercream came out.
I understand, like, we're not Mormon, and I know that's something, sexual things is a little bit more of a lot more of a taboo in that community, but fuck that person. Like, it's his anniversary too. It's a fucking cake. There's other things, like, what's so important about a fucking cake? If it's that bad and if she didn't like it, throw the cake away.
Yeah, why is she telling her family about this? Why is she dragging them into it?
I don't know.
Well, this next one says yes.
I'm gonna say what y'all used to say. Break up. Break up.
Yes, you're the asshole, OP.
I don't feel like I've said it in a while.
You're in your 30s. You have had plenty of birthdays, guys' nights, or less important parties where you could have gotten yourself a dick cake. You think your 10th anniversary is the best time to pull that out? I'm sure she loves your sense of humor normally, but if this is supposed to be a romantic occasion and you turned it into a joke.
Is an anniversary a romantic occasion?
What's the 10th anniversary? What number is what metal is that?
Is that wood?
It's hard ass dick.
Is that wood?
It might be wood.
It's double wood, baby.
Why would wood be 10? I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm saying logically, like, I feel like wood should be like 1.
I think 1 is paper.
One is paper, so a wood product.
Okay, so then wood should be 2. Or do they do it every year, or is this like a 5?
It's every year up until like
50.
25, and then it starts leaping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, like, wood to me is like nothing. Like, I would take like fucking aluminum over wood.
Aluminium.
Hold on. What the fuck are you doing? You showing me diamond? I'm sure. I know it's not the diamond anniversary.
No, that's 75.
Wood is 75.
No, diamond anniversary is 75 years.
Fuck.
Gold for 50, silver for 25. My nigga, I'm saying.
Isn't like one of them like a blue sweater or something like that?
No, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue is what happens. What you're supposed to do at a
Yeah,
wedding.
it's the 5th anniversary.
It's 10. It's 10.
10 is 10.
I can't make a joke out of
Okay,
it.
yeah, the metal. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's 5th.
Oh, just get them like a can of beans then.
Can of
A
beans.
tin of beans.
Or like you sent us tea earlier, like put bake a cake inside of a can. That was dope.
I don't know which anniversary it was. For my brother, he was. I got him a gift. He was celebrating his iron. The metal was iron, so I got him the Iron Man movie.
Oh, that's dope. That's thinking outside the box.
Wait, your brother was celebrating an anniversary and you bought him a gift?
Let's just try to be nice.
That's what I mean. So, like I said, some people that celebrate that shit harder. Like, I don't know.
I stopped when I got my own woman to buy stuff for.
Again,
I don't think I would ever buy, unless
Yeah, I guess.
personal
I was
thing,
close
I
to
don't
my
think I would
brother.
ever buy a gift for somebody else's anniversary.
If it's a party or something, you would, right?
I'm not going to now.
If you were invited, it's like somebody had a 10th anniversary
if they were
party.
doing it like a bingo hall or some shit,
Yeah.
and I gotta show up, like we did that for my grandparents when they like had their 50th or whatever. Like, sure, but like if you,
I think the 50th is the
if
Hot
you
Wheel
and
anniversary.
Sword Beep have like ever get married and have like a 5th wedding anniversary.
I'll get you something dope carved from something. I will. Certainly will.
Like, isn't that between you two?
I mean, like I'm saying, like if you involve people in anything, like just like
I was the best man.
like some people you know, are what's in vain now are the baby reveals. Mm-hmm. Some people
You gotta
want,
bring a gift to a baby reveal?
some people do now.
Because I've never been to one. I don't know the protocol.
Bring a fucking fire extinguisher.
Shit, I didn't even know that you smashed a cake in a 1-year-old's face until I showed up to that
What the
party.
fuck?
You're not supposed
The
to.
baby
You're supposed to just
smashed
let
the cake.
You're supposed to let them smash the cake, but I've seen too many parents shove their kid into the cake. Like, do it. Come on.
I didn't even know that shit was a thing until I showed up to that one birthday that the kid's like mashing his own little cake, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh man.
Did he mash his cake, or did his parents encourage him to mash the cake?
They encouraged him, and then he cried because they were taking his hands and mashing it in
Like,
the
please
cake.
stop making me filthy. I know. I hate that bullshit.
Yeah, but you know that cake is free.
Yeah, they got it free from Giant Eagle.
Man, I'm just gonna be like, if you ever want a cake, just say, "Hey, man, let me get that
Yeah,
smash cake."
it was like the whole thing. It's like I show up to the kid's birthday party, and I felt honored because like it was mostly just family, but then like me and a couple of like the close friends got invited. So I show up, I brought the
ones
gift.
the ones that don't fuck the girlfriend, or the ones that do.
But yeah, like I had never fucking heard of this shit before. And then they wheel the kid out and
She
put
said,
him in the high
I never
chair.
fucked her before.
And then they bring the cake and they're like trying to mash it onto him and like put his hands in it and shit. And he's crying. I'm like, what kind of fucking shit is this? And they're like, oh, it's a smash cake. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Smash cake is the best lube.
Yeah, some children, it's like they're, oh yes, a handful of cake, I will. Some children are a little more fussy, a little more particular, and like, I'm not putting my hands in this. What the fuck is you doing, God?
Yeah, a lot of kids are very, especially like buttercream.
And they're little, so textures are weird to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, so like when I first saw it, my initial reaction was like, is this some white people shit that I didn't know about? Because like I
mean, the cakes is at Walmart.
I'm feeling like, because to me it's like, it's a ritual of excess.
Yes, because like it's especially now because like they have this cake just to fuck up that nobody's going to
Yeah,
eat.
exactly.
It's weird.
That's why I was like, I can't imagine other races doing this shit.
Yeah, like
Intentionally ruining perfectly good cake.
yeah, I don't
Because it's like the kid's not even gonna fucking remember it anyway. So who is this for?
I've never had a birthday.
Pictures.
I've never had a birthday party before. Never.
Never?
Never. Never wanted one. Never felt the need to have one. And I remember one time, like, I think when I turned 18 or some shit like that, my mother, like, had a party. She's like, this is for you. And she barbecued and shit. And then, like, didn't invite nobody I knew. And I left. I'm like, Ma, like, none of my friends are here. Like, this isn't a party for me. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing that we do. I go along with my partner because that's something that she feels special about. But I don't care about birthday parties. And it's got to the point where, to me, like, I have to let go of that negativity about it because I don't like them and I wouldn't want to have them. So I kind of got to meet in the middle because I think they're unnecessary for the most part.
I don't like birthday parties. I don't like having them. So we gotta meet in the middle and have a birthday party.
Well, it's like we don't have them every single year.
You're essentially doing what I do with politics and shit, where it's like I don't like certain things. I don't want to be involved with certain things. I don't agree with certain things. But I just shut my fucking mouth and go along with it anyway.
Well, that's hard. That's kind of having a partner to a certain extent. It's kind of like, I don't like onions and peppers in all my food, but guess what we have? Onions and peppers. And sometimes
I met in the middle, and what did I eat? Onions and peppers.
I don't eat them. I don't eat them. I put them off to the side. I like the flavors of cooked onion.
Do you do what my dad did when like there was a birthday party?
What?
Do you hide up in the attic playing on the computer?
No, I don't hit up AOL to.
My dad would come down, get a piece of cake, and go right back into his den.
Yeah, I don't even like cake that much. Like, I'll eat a pound cake, but like a birthday cake is never. I've never had a good birthday. You know, that's not true. That cake that your sister-in-law made was delicious.
Do you know which one?
I know it was fruity. and you gave me a piece of it, it was during the pandy.
Oh.
Would I be the asshole for using my legal name?
Optimus Prime.
My full legal
Oh,
first
we got to guess.
My full legal first name is Optimus Prime. Yes, really. My mother was a complete nerd, and my father was very, very indulgent. My feelings about it are complex and have evolved over time, but I don't resent them for it. They wanted to share their love for something with me, and I can appreciate that, even if I didn't grow up to share that love. I am not really into nerdy pop culture things at all.
That's heartbreaking, man.
My parents were pranksters, but not assholes. So they told
Penis
everyone.
cakes.
So they told everyone that my name was Tim Optimus. That's fantastic.
Oh, that's so dope.
And people in the family assumed my full name was Timothy, but they were all content to call me by the short version. My close family knows, of course, as do my close friends, but Tim is what I went by in school, in college, and now at work. My legal name does come up, but I generally just laugh it off. And luckily, no one ever makes a big thing of it or bully me for it. I get a couple of jokes whenever a new movie comes out, and someone remembers that but that's really it. I'm getting married in a couple of weeks, and my fiance wants the officiant to use Tim when we refer to me. I don't mind him using it for the majority, but when he says, "Do you X take X to be your lawful wedded wife," I want him to use my real full name. My fiance thinks it would be distracting that everyone who doesn't know most of her side and a few people from mine will have no idea what's going on and think we're playing some kind of prank. She thinks that we'll be talking all about my weird real name for the rest of the day instead of focusing on our union, focusing on her. But I think I should be able to use my own name. I mean, I am Optimus Prime. Just because I go by Tim doesn't mean I'm not. My parents passed away a couple of years ago.
Oh man.
But I know that they would have been really happy to see me embrace the name they gave me. And yeah, okay, my mother would have loved that the reveal kind of feels like a prank. My fiance is right, but I'm just kind of springing it on our guests. But I don't want to do it to play a prank. I want to do it because I feel like if I use my nickname, I'm not getting married as my whole self. But it is true that they will probably be distracting. So Reddit, would I be the asshole if I use my legal name to get married? You would be an asshole. I don't know the law regarding this. I don't believe you have to. I think you just got to sign shit.
Yeah, really.
Most of the wedding shit is just documentation saying, yeah, we forged our bank accounts together, and we should be taxed at this level now. It's really
Yeah, I especially after I heard the part about like his parents passed away.
yeah.
Man, that shit hurt because I know people like that, like who have a kid like the dad is all about basketball, and then the kid is like, I don't like that shit. I like dinosaurs. Don't even bring that shit near me. I know you named me Michael Jordan, but I like T-Rexes and premier
Velociraptors.
First,
Should have named me Alan Grant.
yeah, and like that shit's cool in one sense, but like, you know, I get that it could be a distraction because yeah, people gonna pop off when you say, "Do you Optimus Prime take Beth to be?"
I think it would have been a sweet ass name if they just left off the Prime. If they just said Optimus,
Yeah,
then to me that's just like a unique, cool ass name.
His name-
It's the Prime that makes it fucking weird.
It's not even that.
his
That's
name
his
is
first
Optimus
name.
Prime, though.
So his name is probably Optimus Prime Jones,
That's what I'm
so
saying.
fun.
which is hype.
That's what I
That's
mean.
so crazy because I was thinking Jones too.
Because I feel like Optimus could work with like everything.
Yeah.
And it's got the Transformers vibe, but it's still usable.
it's
cool.
strong and it's masculine,
Yeah,
yet
it's
delicate.
the Optimus Prime last name.
For the record,
Prime makes it
while some of
weird.
y'all motherfuckers out there calling Hulk Hogan your hero, I've always called Optimus Prime my hero.
Optimus
Because
Prime.
what if they have a middle name too? What if it's like Optimus Prime
girl.
Charles Smith Jr.?
Your breath is awful.
Oh yeah, she's bad.
She just gave me some licks, and I was just like,
Well,
I caught a dose of that tuna.
Get
mouth.
ready to get an
her
infection.
breath is like the popcorn M&M.
She got the dragon. Keeps your mouth
I
off,
told her
girl.
she got dragon breath all the time.
And then she just opens it wide, like, yeah, smell it, motherfucker.
I'm talking about a cat, by the way.
So what was the glowing one on there?
The going one on this one says, nah, you're both right. Easy solution on your wedding program where you have the how we met story. Put your name story at the bottom as, oh, by the way, you should know. Edit, thank you everyone for the awards. Whereas I think, send out your invitations and say, we would cordially invite you to the wedding of Optimus Prime Jones and Rebecca Flannery on this date. And then everybody will have
A heads up.
a heads up and several months to get used to the idea that Tim's name this whole time has been Optimus Prime.
That's the Tim out of that.
It's gorgeous.
brilliant.
It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. Look, bruh, I'm not gonna lie to you. Had I thought about it, Zeta could have easily been Optimus Prime. You won't hear that last part, but he could have easily been that. Optimus Prime sword beep.
I know I'm not gonna have any more kids, but that inspires me to name my kid something weird, and then like
Endearing.
and then like, but we call him.
By the way, to freak that shit.
Yeah.
That Tim freak is sick. Fuck with it all the way up.
Ladies and
I should start
gentlemen.
calling Optimus Prime Tim when
Yeah.
Tim Prime over here.
My hero Tim.
Now introducing to you, Mr. and Mrs. Optimus Prime Jones.
Are you kidding me? You smell you.
Yeah,
Chef's
I don't know.
kiss.
Like
And that's a parent who's managed to live on pass their legacy on
Hell
after
yes,
their death.
they have.
I
Oh my God! I hope he names his kid like Ultra Magnus. No,
Yeah,
fuck,
that-
no, not Bumblebee. No.
Rodimus Prime, and just name him Rod.
Oh, for fuck's sake, gorgeous.
I wish for everybody who listens to this show and doesn't listen for this show, a patient, kind, and understanding partner, because every single movie, every single song, every single anything. If somebody had a kind and patient partner, none of this shit would exist in the fucking world. And I know I said before, like if cops did their job, we'll never have no cool television shows. And I guess you could say the same thing if everybody understood and took the time out to be a kind and patient partner. We wouldn't have any romantic comedies or anything like that. But goddamn, like this person is doubting his legacy because somebody else might not be happy about it. God damn, that shit is fucking sad. That shit breaks my fucking heart.
That's why,
makes me
like-
want to fucking cry right now. His name is Optimus Prime.
His parents called him
His
Optimus
name,
Prime.
his
I'm gonna
parents
call
fucking
Optimus
named him
Prime.
that name.
His mama called Optimus Prime.
I'm gonna call him Optimus Prime. And he is,
always be Optimus Prime to me.
yeah, it's heartbreaking. Like that he is so flustered about this that he turned to Reddit like, "What do I do?"
Yeah.
Nigga, your name is Optimus Prime.
That's why the line near at the end where it's like, if I don't use my name, am I being true to myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, like, I thought that, like, you should use your fucking name. Fuck what all these people think. Your name is
Exactly.
Optimus Prime.
Assuredly.
If your name stirs the streets, stir them motherfucking streets. Stir it. Shake that shit up real good like a plastic bottle with water and glitter and make it a tornado.
Embrace Optimus Prime. Optimus
Yeah,
Prime.
embrace that shit. God damn, my new name, when I first started Twitter and before I deleted it, my fucking name was Optimus Prime. I should have never fucking deleted it. I can't get that name back. It was my nickname that my brother gave me and the fucking show we watched together. God damn. Fuck that for making him doubt himself. God damn it. Shit made me sad.
They should break up.
They should break up. They should break up.
Yeah, no.
Choke up on them.
You ain't wrong.
Damn.
And I get, man. I'm quick to send a motherfucker to the fucking pit.
Yeah, you gonna marry someone that you're embarrassed by their name?
Yeah. Like, bitch, don't marry me. I'll be all right.
I hope you fuck her sister.
Because there's somebody out there who's like, your name is fucking what? Yes. And she's not
Suck
the
your
one.
dick right now.
Might be. You know.
Goes back home next day, calls other girlfriends like, you will not believe whose dick I sucked last
I
night.
sucked Optimus Prime's
I
dick.
sucked the dick of Optimus Prime.
Oh, yeah.
The dick of Optimus Prime. Come on.
You blew an Autobot?
That's right. I gave him a
The
bumblebee,
dick of Optimus Prime might.
and I wasn't Ratchet. He gave me a sound wave.
And then a blaster.
With Perceptor.
He transformed from hard to flaccid in my mind.
Girl. He was a Megatron. He made my star scream.
I got my Nintendo 64 controller for my Switch in the mail the other day, and it took, because I've been working overtime all this week, it took till today before I finally got to unbox it. I did post it on my TikTok. So if you follow your boy on TikTok, you can see an unboxing video of me cracking open the old N64 controller, and then running upstairs quickly to grab my actual Nintendo 64 controller that is in my son's room to compare and contrast notes. That was real fun, real dope. Played a little bit of Sin and Punishment, played a little bit of Japanese Mario because it has the rumble built in. We discussed that, and I did play that, and it's a good time. And fuck with it. And I believe we are streaming tomorrow. Vanessa is going to be streaming some Animal Crossing. The Animal Crossing update came out this week, so I believe she is going to jump on and do a little Animal Crossing streaming. So be on the lookout for that. We'll probably get you about an hour streaming in on Twitch. I did, and I filled out 15 minutes of Tetris Effect Connected streaming on the Switch OLED, and then found out after I posted on our YouTube channel, there's stuff on our YouTube channel now, trying to get stuff up there again, that my mic was wild low and the game audio was wild high, so you can't hear me discuss my history with Tetris. So I probably will do another version of that and talk to you about my history with the game of Tetris.
Question.
That is about all I've been playing. Go on.
Does in Japanese Mario, does he fuck Princess Peach if she gets stuck in an elevator?
No.
Not that I saw, but I'm not really that far. I didn't get too far in the game. Who knows? You know, I only played a couple of only did where you beat up the King Babam.
From what I've been told, that's Pennsylvania Mario.
Oh. Roethlisberger.
Anybody been playing anything?
Words with Friends.
Okay.
Same shit, different day.
Vanguard came out this week.
I watched 45 minutes of that on Twitch and was bored out of my fucking skull and immediately put on Dune.
Yeah, what you think of Dune?
I thought it was interesting, but I have kind of become disenfranchised with movies that just kind of fucking abruptly end, even though I know like more are coming out.
Yeah.
Just to have them just stop. I'm just kind of like, I want more of a little bit more of a wrapped ending here.
That movie is a bit. It meanders a bit, but in a good way, in my opinion. I enjoyed I enjoyed where it was taking me.
I felt like I was thankful that I was watching it on a medium that allowed me to pause it a couple times.
It was. I did see it in theaters, and so and where I think that paid off for me is that when I'm in the theater, I can't be on my phone, so I'm really engaged with the property, and I think that helps me. But also, when I saw it in the theater, it was wildly dark. I don't think the theater was calibrated right. I heard somebody else say something about
There was
that.
a couple spots in the movie where it went all gray.
Yeah.
It was a little hard to watch.
So I turned it on at the house on HBO Max recently, and I was like, oh, that's considerably a brighter image.
It had the kind of this dullness to it. The image, not the quality of the movie.
Yeah.
Because I was watching it while I was working and dealing with other shit.
Yeah.
But so like I kind of watched it in like 45-minute chunks where like I'd watch it, I'd pause it for a while, and then I'd come back and I'd watch another 45 minutes.
I very much enjoyed Dune. So I was very excited when they announced that they had
I've never seen the original.
I saw it after I saw this because I bought it for Vanessa because the 4K version went on sale, so I bought it for her. So I saw it after I saw this, and it is David Lynch took his name off that movie because he was so upset with how it turned out. And they tried to shove all the books into one movie, as opposed to this one, which is that's half of the first book. No, 2/3 of the first book is what I've read. The movie we saw, and so imagine the other one where they were just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna shove what is basically essentially tomes into one single movie," and it doesn't work. Good actors in that. A lot of fun actors in that movie. Patrick Stewart plays the guy that Josh Brolin played. So it's a fun little twist on some things there.
It's weird for me seeing Josh Brolin and shit now because I just look at him. I'm like, man, you Thanos.
He's for life. Fun follow on Instagram. If you're not following Josh Brolin on Instagram, I tell you to do
I
that.
always think of him as an abuser.
Oh, Didn't know that was a thing I had
I
to worry
didn't know he
about.
abused somebody.
Jesus Christ, always is.
Damn it.
Man, he went from using people to being Cable and Thanos and
Yeah, like that. Right when his career
Gets
take
canceled.
off.
Housekeeping. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Stays Crunchy, and Twitch channel, Stays Crunchy and Milk. And follow us on Twitter, which is Skimpod, SKIMPOD. If you want to support the show financially and have a few bucks to toss our way, join us over on Patreon, where members at the $5 and above tier get extra content each month and early access to new shows, including our most recent little tasty taste, which is Stage Crunchy and Milk presents Creme Patissier. It's a Great British Bake Off recap show starring Ant and I, but of course, the brilliant Nick Jew does that show with us, and it's such a delight. I have not watched this episode yet, and so I got to get on it, and so I will probably try to get it done tomorrow and get my notes down. So that by
I've
Monday,
been biting my tongue for 3 days. 2 days so far.
so on Monday we can sit down and chop it up. We were trying to drag Dan on that show at some point just for gits and shiggles. You know what we should do? We should have him on the championship episode for the final.
with no clue what's going.
Have him just watch the final, enjoying us on that episode to be like, yeah, I'm glad that person won. That'd be dope. We also have merch available over at tpublic.com/user/Stage Crunchy and Milk, all one word. As I talk to you right now, there's a sale going on. By the time you hear it, of course, that sale will be over. But again, they have sales all the time. Please consider copying some merch. It's pretty nice. They got some decent stuff over there. If you want to, you have a couple ways to holler at us, and that is by shooting us an email message at podcast@stagecrunchyandmilk, like one April did. Jump over here to the old... Not one, but 2 emails from April this week. The first one... says BT Dubs. So let me hit that one. Actually, wait a minute. That's the second one, which makes perfect sense now that I think about it.
BT Dub.
First one says can't get enough of Crunchy. Both situations being spelled with a K. Hey, Crunchy guys. Thank you for taking us on the journey of your colonoscopy. My husband had his a few years ago, but this is more detailed and interesting. I love the new opening, but I have to say that Dan's was the best to me because of him and Anthony with the reach around part. I always laughed at that part, as well as Gabe saying on Twitter, that's where I like to fight. I thought I would miss Gabe on the podcast, but he found a way to make it work out with his checkered past. I thought I would miss Gabe on the podcast, but he found a way to make it work out. And with his checkered past, I love to hear his stories. Very good.
Yeah, I was wondering, was he going to get one last jail tale?
I don't know how I'm gonna get arrested again.
I do miss you guys eating at work sometimes and feeding the bird and saying what you all got to eat.
Jasper.
And saying what you all got to eat. Your guests have also been A1. Chaffee and Delvin were excellent. Thanks for bringing the information, the funny, and the weird stories, April. April, I'm not joking when I tell you, you make me in particular, I can't speak for these other people, you make me doing this show, it's just easy to do because of you, people like you. So, and then she wrote back, BT Dubs, your episode with the amateur asshole with the husband telling his family that his girlfriend was a sex worker and he knew nothing about it had me on 100 hot.
Oh,
I did about 30 burpees back to back, and then I let my husband listen, and he said, and he had his opinion. He said the guy was never secure in her profession and that he lied. I think he was bragging, and he bragged to the wrong friend with money and that liked his wife. He bragged to the wrong person because he bragged to the person who was basically spending $2,000 looking at his wife's feet. Feet. Thanks again, April. April, thank you so very much for your support and you're just reaching out and doing it.
I really enjoy the fact that she has openly shared her love of our show with her husband.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I like
Everyone
that.
should do that.
I like that that it seems, and I don't know if I'm wrong. April, please correct me. He's coming around on us, and I fuck with that. My man, Reckless Mage, has been hitting us up on Twitter as he has been listening to not just our show, but also I had posted the other day on my Twitter that, hey, I'm also on another show. I'm on Cadillac on Mars, and he just posted he gave it a listen and likes that too. So I like that we got people who listen to our shit and follow us from show to show. I dig it. He actually wrote us on YouTube, on the new YouTube, in fact, because he has subscribed. Unlike you go ahead and subscribe. Come on, do that for me.
Shit, I haven't even done that.
I'll do it when I get home.
To say to ask why don't we post the videos of our show, especially when we're doing remote. And I was like, well, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers ain't oftentimes camera ready, and
That's the understatement of the century.
and in the most recent episode, one of us was topless. So
He always topless.
I was full Rick Ross.
he's not always topless. He's often topless.
I would say
I'm so
80% topless.
Okay, I'm sorry I said always because that's all I remember.
and
Maybe 90.
And so, and also, and I explained to him. I actually ended up writing back to him to explain to him that it's also, it becomes a challenge because then I have to edit video, and editing video is much more challenging than editing audio. So when I have to fix things, like this episode that you're hearing right now, lots and lots of sore beeps.
Chop.
And some things that I'm gonna hack out of, and so forth and so on. And to have to go into that, do that on a video, it's a process. So we're not really a lot of video of us up on the scene. There is some video of us on the Patreon. So if you want, go check out some shit on the Patreon. We have a couple of wheat rods and so forth that are up there.
Maybe
in video form.
we can talk about it. Maybe we can once a month have like a 10-minute teaser or something like that.
Yeah, I can figure it out. And what it will always be is if I feel like this is the week the episode would need some video stuff, then everyone please have clothes on if you want to. If you want to. I'm not saying you have to put a shirt on. If you want them titties out there, put them titties out there.
The secret is I'm always Winnie the Pooh in it.
I just need like a heads up that we're gonna be on camera.
I trust as much.
That's all.
And I know that. I'm not putting on you. It's just fun to talk about.
Well, no,
my
because
man being
I'm just talking about myself. Because
Yeah.
like usually I do show up and my hair's all jacked up and I don't have a shirt on because I'm in my own home.
Yeah.
But like if I knew we were doing like show work, like I'd come ready. But like we're usually not, so I don't fucking bother.
Correct. So maybe, Sam, we'll say thanks for that. Also, in the midst of driving around yesterday, yes, day before yesterday at this point,
Oh yeah.
my man Chaffee wrote me in a tizzy, was like, what is y'all number? Because I need to holler at y'all. In fact, here, I'm going to read you exactly what my man Chaffee said.
All right.
And his words,
Let's get this shit.
his words were, as I scroll. Where the fuck is that message at?
How much was that back?
Damn, y'all be texting.
Me and Chaffee talk just about every day. And I
That's
had
more
to-
text than we get.
Yeah. I feel bad.
and I had to shit on him about his goddamn his addiction to fucking red vines.
Man,
Which ones? The natural, the natural ones or the other ones?
That nigga just like red vines.
Okay. Let's get this shit. Top of the moment.
Whatever, for whatever
Top of
reason,
the
I seen
moment.
it. I can't find the episode, but whatever. But Chaffee immediately after I gave him the phone number, called into the show, and so I'm gonna try to push this button and play this directly into the speaker. And if it sounds extra shitty, I will simply edit into the show later.
It's going to
Let's
sound
all
great.
Give this a listen.
Headphones.
Why are you being a little bitch and not letting
Oh.
me? Here, let's double check and make
Fuck
sure.
you, Steve Jobs.
Sometimes, every now and again, I have to make sure shit don't have an update. So let's just
maybe he's gonna call in and tell us about like his sexual experiences with people.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what we could have talked about last week that would have my man so up in arms. And no, there is no update. So what the hell? All right, so I'm going to update what is being updated. I'm going to try again to push play on this particular.
I'll be honest. Outside of like the candy thing, I don't remember much of what we did last week.
I don't remember what I did this morning.
The sixth member of the pod.
Yes.
Nate Dogg on the scene.
All right, I'm going to rewind it.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's the sixth member of the pod. Nate Dogg on the scene. It's your homie Calvi. Hey, I had to stop the podcast right now because you guys are fucking on one. this Swiss catalog, are you sure it's not like a fucking Norwegian porn site? Because the way you guys are talking about these pastries, I'm pretty sure you're talking about titties and ass, but just not wanting to talk about titties and ass. I'm just saying. Like, it sounds like back in the day when you were maybe like young adolescent and you found your uncle's box of like nudie mags and you were like, damn, there's some titties in here. Or like, you're like, there's hair on this? Like, that's how you guys are right now. So I'm just like, wow. I'm excited for you guys, but at the same time, just be honest. You know you're talking about titties right now. I know you are. You have to be. And also, at the same time, like the way you guys are describing things, I'm like, are these fools? They're literally on a point that they gotta be. Because you guys are like, oh, it's the creme. It's the crumbles. It's them cakes. Hey,
Them cakes.
You guys need to listen back and then hear what I'm hearing. Or maybe I'm just dirty dog. I don't know.
You a dirty dog.
You guys are on one right now. I had to fucking stop the pod. I had to text T so he can text me the number so that I could fucking call you guys. Because, man, you know what? The show is always quality. Thank you. Peace.
I'm thinking maybe.
Thank you, Chaffee.
I think it maybe we should start a segment where we describe something, and are we talking about porn or are we talking about a baked good? And we'll let you decide.
Porn or baked good.
I appreciate the effort he did to do that. I think people who listen need to understand that I'm a big dude, and we're talking about treats. I'm gonna get enthusiastic about a brand new treat put into my life, because I'm in a bad way right now health wise, and you show me brownies and cakes and cookies and pies.
What do you want to talk about? You actually received your stuff?
Yeah, I got my shit like 3 days ago. It came, FedEx dropped it off on the porch at like 10 o'clock in the morning. That's one of the benefits of working from home is all my chocolates didn't melt in the afternoon sunlight.
Yeah.
I was able to just bring them shits in the house. So it came, the free gift, because like when you went on the website, there was the code to get a free like 16 pieces of candy or whatever. That came in a little Christmas tin, like a little square. And then what I ordered, what the actual item was the brownie bonbons. They came in a box. It just flips open, and they're all like in their own little compartments, all 24 of them. And the free shit, not bad. It was like 4 like caramel creams, like 8 little chocolate covered toffees, and 4 like peanut butter, or like they were like nut cups. They weren't really like peanut butter, but they were more
Damn
like,
right they were nut cups.
yeah, they were nut cups. And then like I got like the 24 brownie bites, which was just 4 rows. They were practically the same. It was brownie and like a marshmallow cream, and then each row had its own version of the chocolate. It was like a dark chocolate, a milk chocolate, a white chocolate, and something else. So that was the gimmick for those. Honestly, way more exciting looking at it on the website than actually receiving it.
Man.
But
It's kind of like having a threesome. Like it's in theory, it's like, oh man, this is gonna be so good, and then you come and then just watch the 2 girls by like what?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other threesome earlier. Like, you know, I ate it, and then someone filmed me with the food going in my mouth, and then I filmed them, and yeah.
I mean, first you took a bite and you sit around like, oh shit, I can't do it no more. But then you think you like, okay, refractory.
I think though this just goes to show you how hype you can be for something when your heart's into it.
Yeah.
Because
And then you get there.
we were overacting that night. I was really fucking there for that conversation.
I want you to know it is, as I edited that show and as I've listened back to it, I was like, that was a considerable large portion of that episode.
Oh, that shit I know went on for like 45 minutes.
Went hard on the Swiss colony. And
I mean,
I'm perfectly okay with that.
I don't think they realize, like, people are friends for a reason. And, like, we didn't grow up in the same areas. We didn't, do the same things growing. Well, but we have some kind of common thing. And that night was just a small glimpse of when the Voltron all met up in a certain space. Like, I love looking through magazines and shit like that. And, like, I love it. I like to eat, and like the fact that like it was something that my friend grew up on and had like a good ass story about, and you know that we went back and forth with. It was just fun. I mean, that was a good representation of how our lunches used to be. Like we'll look at something like, oh hell yeah, I love buttercups.
I had not made my order yet. I'm certainly going to order some stuff from it.
I think you have to at least one time
for sure.
Because like
for sure,
I feel like you have to experience it for yourself.
Yeah,
you know.
So I'm definitely gonna get that Forest Friends Swiss roll. I'll let you know how that goes down. I'm probably gonna get some of that baklava.
I think part of my disappointment comes from the fact that the brownie bites were a little smaller than I thought they were gonna be. Yeah. So it made them like more bite size.
Basically, Hove did that, so I don't gotta do that. So now I know. Actually, I feel like I have a better idea of what will be coming to me now. Mm-hmm. So like that Forest Friends log might be as big as an actual Swiss roll, and I need to be ready for that. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like all right. Now that Dan has had locked this experience down, like I know I probably need to be a little more sensible in what will arrive.
The
at my
food
door.
that arrived was fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wowed me, but I wasn't like, oh, this is garbage. I can't believe I bought this.
Yeah.
I just went, oh, this isn't as big as I thought it would be, you know, but you get what you pay for.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you order stuff unaware of when you haven't ordered it before, it's a testing ground.
Yeah.
It's like
that's part of too why like I didn't go crazy. One, I shouldn't be buying that shit anyway. But two, like I didn't want to buy like $100 worth of shit and then be like, I can't believe I just spent $100 on like 7 bites of candy.
Yeah, I knew from buying that shit from Good Belly.
Gold Belly.
No, yeah, Bad Belly at the end of the day.
I mean, like, I kind of feel like you and I, when we talked about that, we kind of knew that the chances of that being successful were kind of low.
I mean,
we just tried to figure out the best possible path to give it the best shot of being positive.
My man Mitch from Doughboys talks about all the time how he been, like, especially during the pandemic, has been ordering from Gold Belly and has had, like, yo, I got this king cake that was banging. I got these whatevers that was hitting hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost positive it is going to be from retailer to retailer on who knocks it out the park and who doesn't.
Yeah, like if it wasn't for that $25 off from T-Mobile, I wouldn't have never did it. I still shouldn't have did it. I regret it.
I feel like the free candy that they gave me in the Swiss Colony order kind of like took me from like it saved me from disappointed. Okay. Because if I'd only bought the brownie bites, I would have been disappointed. But the free shit kind of like helped quell some of that.
Yeah, I mean,
I still want that damn that triple decker. What is that? Chirpapa pie cake situation we saw
from Gold Belly.
Yeah. Man, it's a lot going on there.
Yeah,
like carrot cake. Pumpkin pie, and
this is like a turducken of cakes.
Yeah, it's a turducken of cake.
Like, I believe it's a pecan pie at the bottom.
What do they call that again?
Huh?
What's that called again?
A perbiden.
Per piden, something like that. I don't know.
Hey, cat.
Yeah, but I'm saying that would be a dope little we tried. So.
And my arm just gave out.
It's cool. We are as you can hear walking out the door, people.
Yeah.
We've been going at it all night.
Yeah,
you hear that, ladies? All night.
This episode is nearly 3 hours long. It is massive, and that makes me smile.
My cat just found your money.
Oh, that ain't my dime.
Oh, I got a dime.
That's what's up.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Once again, live to tape from Dan's Basement Studios. That's Tatum 216.
Holla, 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 holla.
That's Lunchbox 2099.
Bust it, baby.
I'm the NS Taylor 713. And one last time, in person. And not last.
Yeah, not last.
You hear last, but don't take it as this. One final time, this go round.
One final beat.
That's the scam motherfucking Podfather. That's what he was first. And you're going to put some respect on it. That is the real ODP. The last of the Golden Coquis. The suburban Puerto Rican. My motherfucking nigga, that's Gabe. I love you, and I'm proud of you, and I will miss your presence when we do these things live, but I know it's going to be the dopest shit ever, and you have all kinds of stories to share each and every time you are on this show, and that makes my show better each and every time he on that bitch.
Except when he falls asleep.
What you got better than that shit there? Oh my God, time zones. Oh, everything about this, sir. Cannot fucking wait. Tell the people some shit, man.
The look on his face
Like,
right now when he went time zone.
Goodbye.
I love all of you. I love these three gentlemen right here. Love my sister who's been supportive, and she listens. And since she's the only family member that listens, she's the only one I have to shout out.
Forget you. You're cool. I'm out.
You all have been great fans, and I hope you continue to listen, and I hope I bring some interesting stories to you from the road.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait to hear about
not
these
the only one
glory
fading,
holes.
by
This
the
is
way.
going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah, I am faded, my nigga. I'm so tired. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. 5:45. Let me get you right. And it is now.
Got a workshop titles. Glory holing with Gabe. Gabe's glory
I
holes.
already have a title that the Skin Power Father's wife and I came up with the other night together. I said, I'm writing this shit down right now. That will certainly be the title. And the title of this week's show is Freebasing Hot Cocoa.
I did like Optimus Prime's dick a lot. That's taken out
Freebase.
That could be taken out of context.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.